Attention all kids. Take a break from watching the game and have some fun in our kids zone, located on the upper concourse down the first base line. Between the bounce house, dovetail inflatable slide, and our brand new obstacle course, you're sure to have a blast. Plus, once you purchase your wristband, you can enjoy the inflatables all game long. For more information, head on over to the kids zone, located on the upper concourse down the first base line.
All right, check 1, 2. Marshall, the 1-0. And a swing and a high drive, left center field. Fuentes going back. All right, check 1, 2.
The York Revolution is on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.
Onto the track, it is gone! It's gone!
Revs Baseball is brought to you by People's Bank, Wellspan Sports Medicine, Shipley Energy, Maple Donuts, Broadway Transmission, Flying Feet, Dasher Investment Services, York Mitsubishi, Kochman Kunkel Insurance Group, Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care, Rudders, Pennsylvania Lottery, PSECU, Kona Ice, York County Bar Association, and by Downtown Inc.
Swing and a deep drive to right field. Watch this one go. He fires. Game over. Base hit. It's a fair ball. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. He slides. He's in. Revs win it.
Now, with the call of today's game, here's the voice of the York Revolution, Darryl Henry.
Good afternoon, everyone, from Bethpage Ballpark here in Central Islip, New York. Welcome to game number 9 of York Revolution Baseball. Today, the final game of the first road series of the season, and it is the rubber match between the Revs and the Long Island Ducks. York looking for a second straight series win, and their first on the road this season. Hi again, everybody. Darryl Henry with you. Welcome to a miserable afternoon here on the island as the Revs and Ducks will attempt this thing, and it is a bone-chillingly cold day. It's been raining all day. They just took the tarp off the field, and they are going to attempt this thing, citing a window between 5 and 8 p.m. We have our proverbial window. This was supposed to be a 1:35 start. They changed it to 5:05 yesterday, which, if we do get this one in, seems to have been a good move. The Yankees moved their game from 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock today as well. And this is the Revs' only visit here during the season's first half, hence the urgency to play this one today. Might not be anybody here. It is not a pleasant afternoon to be out there. And right now they are squeegeeing water in the outfield, but this field does drain well, and obviously the infield has been covered since last night. Players just in the last 5 minutes or so have come out for warm-ups and running and stretching in the outfield. It'll be Troy Tersey for the Revs today, who's just now beginning his warm-up routine. Left-hander Jake Fisher will go for the Ducks, and he is getting into long toss mode in right field as we speak. So he had already begun his stretching and his close catch playing, and now he's stretching it out to long toss distance. So as long as the outfield is ready, that would be the one concerning area, but again, they're squeegeeing it, and it does drain well here. Then we should get started close to 5:05 and not too much after that, and hopefully indeed we do have that 3-hour window that they cited, and they said that worst case we might play through some mist here during the course of today's game, but that's just about every game that we're up here, it seems, so we're used to that after all these years, and that's what we played through on Friday night, and there was even some of that swirling through the skies late in last night's game. Speaking of last night's game, the Revs falling here by a final score of 8-1. They did get off to a quick start. They were silenced after that, but a couple of our highlights came right away, and it was J.P. Sportman starting off the game. Marshall the 1-0, and a swing and a high drive left center field. Fuentes going back, chasing deep, and it's down against the base of the wall. Bounces back, Sportman around second, heading for 3, no relay, and he slides in with his first triple of the year. Leads off the game on the second pitch with a triple off the base of the fence in left center. So over the last 3 games, he's led off with a single, a double, and now a triple, and he has scored the game's first run in each of those 3. He's also made diving catches in the outfield in all 3. And the next man up, Alexi Casilla, brought him home right away to make it 1-0. That's from the left. Pitch is grounded right side, RBI number 2. It rolls into right field. It's an RBI single. Sportman waltzes home, steps on the plate, and it's 1-0 York. 2 batters in. Now Long Island would answer in their half of the first inning, a Lou Ford RBI double. Dustin Richardson, though, after that double, retired the next 8 batters in a row, but he was forced to come out of the game with what they said later was some elbow soreness that he felt on a pitch in that 3rd inning, and they took him out for precautionary reasons. There certainly is hope that it's nothing serious, and he'll be further evaluated when the team returns home tomorrow. But initial evaluations suggesting that it's just a minor thing, hopefully just a strain, and hopefully they can get him back on the mound before too much time passes. But at that point, they knew that it would be a 5 or 6 inning night from the bullpen. Initially, good stuff, but eventually Long Island would take the lead and begin to pull away. Robert Morey was in first, got a couple of great defensive plays behind him in a scoreless 4th inning, but in the 5th, Daniel Fields, an opposite field tie-breaking home run that made it 2-1 Long Island. And the Ducks then pulling away with a 3 spot in both the 6th and 7th innings en route to the 8-1 final. The Revs, over the last 3 games, the first 2 of those 3 were wins, doing damage early in the game in the first 3 innings, but not a whole lot after that. Last night, again, it was the 1st inning run and nothing after that in the 8-1 final. It snapped a brief 2-game winning streak, but still going for a series win today. Revs are 3-5 coming in, and the Freedom Division standings early this season, very tightly bunched. They're 3-5, and they're just half a game out. They went from a tie for first last night to 3rd place entering play today, but again, just a half game back. Long Island is off to the best start in the league, 7-2, and they have a half game lead over Somerset in the Liberty Division standings entering play today. Somerset, by the way, was rained out at New Britain. And once again, this afternoon, it will be Troy Tersey making his 3rd appearance of the season and 2nd start. He's had a rough go of it early on And the early numbers, no record with an ERA of 27, and that comes after allowing 8 runs in 2 2/3. But his last couple of innings on Tuesday night in his first start were scoreless, and he'll be looking to duplicate that as opposed to the 4-run first inning that New Britain had on Tuesday evening. Left-hander Jake Fisher goes for the Ducks. He won his first start of the season on Tuesday in Lancaster. He's 1-0 with a 4.26 ERA, which comes through 6 1/3 innings, 4 runs, 3 of which were earned. Coming up on the pregame, the Revs returning home tomorrow. We'll look ahead at the 7-game homestand that awaits them, and then we'll hear from Mace on the Broadway Transmission Manager's Report here shortly. First pitch is scheduled for 5:05, and it looks like it won't be too much longer after that, if at all. Lineup cards have already been exchanged at home plate, and the teams are out for warm-ups to get this one started. Here on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.
This week, Maple Donuts proudly recognizes all teachers. Stop by any local Maple Donut shop this week and enjoy their special apple donut. Or better yet, pick up a dozen for that special teacher in your life. You'll love this tasty shell or rain donut dipped in red icing with Mike and Ike candies as leaves and a piece of a pretzel stick in the middle as the apple stem. Thank you, teachers, for a job well done. Enjoy 58 tasty varieties of delicious donuts and the world's best coffee.
Maple Donuts taste right.
Your local York County Napa Auto Care Centers have the Napa know-how to fix your vehicle right the first time. They've also partnered with Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK for the Salute to Veterans Spotlight Series, airing throughout the York Revolution season. Show your appreciation to those who've served our nation and nominate one of our great local veterans today. All selected veterans will be recognized on radio and receive 4 free tickets to a Revs game, plus 2 tickets to the 2019 Atlantic League All-Star Game at Peoples Bank Park. To nominate, simply call the Revs at 717-801-HITS or email WOYK at info@WOYK1350.com or look for our Facebook posts with a link to the submission form. Your local York County Napa Auto Care Centers know how to care about veterans.
Downtown's ready. Are you? The Revs play here. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, York.
Revs and the Ducks here on an awful day for baseball, but we are going to cram this one in. And we'll take a look at what should be a much better, hopefully, homestand coming up beginning tomorrow night. Revs are back home for 7, and the Somerset Patriots come in for the first of 3 tomorrow at 6:30. Ross Detweiler will start that one. It's a hunger-free Monday presented by United Fiber and Data to benefit the York County Food Bank. Tuesday night, Mitch Atkins makes his season debut. That's a WellSpan Sports Medicine Silver Slugger Tuesday. Wednesday is a Kids Eat Free Wednesday presented by Peoples Bank. Also Northeastern School District Night presented by Harrisburg University. And Thursday is a Boomers Book Club evening presented by Harrisburg University as well. That's at 6:30 when the High Point Rockers come in for the first time. First of 4 on Thursday night. That series through the weekend. Friday is Central York School District Night presented by Harrisburg University. And York County Literacy Council Buck-a-Book Night as well. Saturday night, a post-game fireworks evening presented by AAA Southern Pennsylvania. And we'll have our Star Wars night on Saturday. It's brought to you by PA Virtual Charter School. Star Wars book giveaway on that night. And another York County Literacy Council Buck-a-Book evening. And then next Sunday at 1 p.m., Sunday Family Fun Day presented by Wise Markets featuring pregame autographs and Catch in the Field and post-game Kids Run the Bases. Also a Bark in the Park, just like every Sunday, presented by East York Veterinary Center. And it's also Expectant Mother's Day, presented by UPMC. And that's what's coming up on the upcoming 7-game homestand that begins tomorrow night. Tickets are on sale at YorkRevolution.com. 717-801-HITS, and at the Revs ticket office. Right now, the Revs going for a series win on the road today. York and Long Island coming up. And we'll hear from Mace on the Broadway Transmission Managers Report next.
Your next haircut now has a shortcut. Introducing the Sport Clips Haircuts app. That's right, now the cut you want is just a tap away. Just download the app, check in at your neighborhood Sport Clips, and choose your Guy Smart stylist, and you're done. We'll text you when your stylist is almost ready. Then head to Sport Clips for a championship haircut experience. It's home field advantage for your hair. No appointment needed. Just download the Sport Clips app and check in. And don't forget a beard trim. Sport Clips. You choose the cut, we cut the weight.
Are you on your way to work right now? Trudging along, heading to the same job you're just not too enthused about any longer? Hearing this ad might just mean it's your lucky day. Give your career a reboot with the York Post Office. The York Post Office is now hiring rural mail carriers. Work in a fast-paced, dynamic environment. Hiring for non-career positions with career eligibility. Starting at $17.78 per hour with all eligible for health benefits. Suitable vehicle for delivery is required on some routes. Get your foot in the door on a new career today. Apply online at USPS.com.
Cannonball Charlie's ready. Are you? The Revs play here. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, York.
Fans, it's time to go inside the clubhouse for the latest on your York Revolution and tonight's matchup. It's time for the Broadway Transmission Managers Report. Now, here's the manager of the Revs, Mark Mason.
All right, Mace. Well, we welcome our listeners to a totally miserable day here on the island. And I guess the biggest thing on a day like this is for all the guys to stay ready, right?
It is. It's the hardest part. I mean, it's a getaway day. You know, we were supposed to have a 1:35 start. Yesterday they decided to push it to 5:05 because of the weather, and it's still pretty rough out there. It's raw, actually, between the rain and the cold, but we're going to try to give it a go here in about 45 minutes and go from there.
Dustin Richardson last night looked really good, but you had to pull him out after 3. What's going on there?
You know, I think we're a little bit concerned, but we won't know for sure until he gets back to York and the docs check him out. But he said the last pitch he threw in the third inning, he said he felt something in his elbow. Chong checked him out initially and didn't think it was anything bad. So hopefully we'll keep our fingers crossed on that one. But and he was throwing the ball well too. So you hate to see that go, for that to go on. But we had to, we got him out of the game precautionary, and he'll get checked out at home.
But again, obviously hoping for the best there, right? There's a chance it's not that bad.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Chong checked him out again today when we got here, and he didn't seem to think that we have anything going on, maybe just a strain of some sort. So we'll have to probably get him checked out really well once we get home tomorrow.
You have a ton of young relievers on this roster to start the season. How important was it to see all of them last night, even if they are still trying to work their way through stuff and maybe you didn't get the game result that you wanted?
Well, at that, once Dustin came out of the game, my mindset was, we have some guys here that we've only seen maybe once, and we have at least 5 innings to cover. Depending on the score, we know we're going to pitch at least 8 innings on the road. If you're losing, you don't pitch the 9th, obviously. But so I figured, well, this is going to be an opportunity for me to get some of these guys in the game, and this way I would not have to back-to-back a lot of guys that pitched the night before. So, we ran our guys out there. They're on the roster. We want to see them pitch, and we saw some results that were pretty good, and then we saw some results that weren't so good. But either way, I mean, we had to get those guys in the game.
You got Tago to make his debut. What do you think watching him in a game for the first time?
For me, the most impressive reliever that we put in the game last night by far. He really hasn't faced a hitter in a year, pretty much, because he took last year off. The fastball was really good, 94, 95, 96, and he had pretty good command of his off speed, which is hard to do when you haven't been in a game for that long. But he faced hitters. He gave us a clean inning. So, but threw the ball well. I was real happy with that.
One guy that's been a spark is Sportman at the top, and 3 straight games he leads off with a single, then a double, then a triple. He's made a diving play in center each of the last 3. But that aside, his ability to hit with 2 strikes, hit for contact, what are you seeing as far as the at-bats at the top of the order?
I see he's getting more comfortable. You can see that. He's had some at bats now, and he's seen some pitches. I like that he works the count pretty well. He really has a pretty good feel for the strike zone, and I think he has a plan when he goes up there as far as what pitches he's looking for in certain situations. But he's played as advertised, extremely hard. We've seen some of the plays he's made in center field up here these past couple nights. Runs the base as well, so I'm really, really pleased with the way he's played.
I've got Tersey today. He's trying to find himself here early this season. What do you want to see him do as far as his approach today?
Well, the main thing he has to do is he has to try to eat up some innings. I mean, I think that's the first thing, but in order for him to do that, he's going to have to keep the ball down in the strike zone. At our place, the last couple times he was out there, I think once was in relief and once was a starter. The balls are elevated, and against this team, especially with all their left-handed hitters, when you elevate the baseball against these guys, these are veteran hitters. I mean, they're going to make you pay for it. So we have to stay down in the bottom of the zone, and we have to command at least one off-speed pitch to go with that fastball. And if he can do that and get ahead in the count, not pitch behind in the count where it's 1-0, 2-0, where they're leaning all over fastballs in that situation. If he can stay ahead of the count and down in the zone, he should be okay.
All right, Mace, thanks a lot. Good luck today.
Yeah, thank you.
That version of the anthem was in the can, as they say. Whoever was scheduled to perform today was not brought out under these conditions, but we will get this game started in front of a scant few here at Bethpage Ballpark coming up momentarily as the Ducks have taken the field for this afternoon's game, and the starting lineups today are brought to you by Flying Feet. For the Revs, it's J.P. Sportman in center field leading things off. Alexi Casilla, the second baseman, bats second. Malky Mesa will DH and hit third. Talbot Nash at first base is in the cleanup spot. Isaias Tejeda will catch and bat fifth. Wellington Dotel in right field is hitting sixth. Nate Coronado, third baseman, bats seventh, had his first day off of the season last night. Henry Castillo at shortstop will hit eighth. And Justin Trapp in left field is batting ninth. Again, it's Sportman, Casilla, Mesa, Nash, Tejeda, Dotel, Coronado, Castillo, and Trapp for the Revs. Castillo giving Ryan Dent his first day off of the season at shortstop. And that means that every defensive position now has had at least one change through the first 9 games. But as far as the order goes, the 3, 4, 5 spots are the 3 that have yet to change. Mesa, Nash, and Tejeda in there every day thus far. For Long Island this afternoon, they will have Ray Fuentes in center field leading off. Steve Lombardozzi at second base bats second. David Washington in right field hits third. Mike Olt, the cleanup man, at first base. Hector Sanchez catches for lefty Jake Fisher. He will bat fifth. Ivan DeJesus Jr. at third base bats sixth. Lee Mazzilli's son, LJ Mazzilli, just signed today, will DH and hit seventh. Daniel Fields in left will bat eighth, and Rando Moreno at shortstop hits ninth. Again, Fuentes, Lombardozzi, Washington, Olt, Sanchez, DeJesus, Mazzilli, Fields, and Moreno. Here we go, our Dasher Investment Services first pitch. Never thought we'd see one today. And it is over for a called strike on J.P. Sportman. a delay of 4 minutes as we start at 5:09. Here's the 0-1. And a swing and a foul tip, bounce behind home plate. Now wait for this one. Oh, wow. More than it feels, 55 degrees is our game time temp. But it is raw and damp and nasty. Here's the 0-2. Breaking ball and dribbled softly foul, third base side. It'll come to a rest on the grass and foul ground about halfway down that side. Polo running in to grab it, probably just to stay warm. Sportman hitting at 267, and we told you what he's done the last 3 games, leading off the games. Single, double, triple the last 3. Pitch to him is fouled straight back upstairs. And bounces off the concrete and down to the net below. Now the Revs have a history of leadoff home runs against Jake Fisher. Alonzo Harris did it in Game 2 of the championship series, and again here last August. It's another 0-2. And a swing and a line drive straight away center, right at Ray Fuentes, though. And he'll angle over to right center by a couple of steps and make the grab. Sportman hits it hard, but a line out to start the day. Our weather brought to you by Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. And the overnight low later will be 49 degrees. Actually, my reading here says 53. And a real feel temperature of 50. Humidity 92%. Here's Alexi who swings, gets a hold of one. Deep left field, Fields at the wall, it's gone! Alexi Casilla jumps on the first pitch and a home run out toward the Revs bullpen in left field. And once again, the Revs have struck first. This time it's Alexi with his first home run of the year. And it's 1-0 York, 2 batters in for the second straight night. Now the Revs with their 5th home run as a team. And Casilla, the switch hitter batting right, got a hold of it and launches it out of here. Oh, a nice start to the proceedings. Here's Malky Mesa. He swings and lines one to left field, and that's in for a hit. Fields over toward the line. We'll play it on a hop. And Malky Mesa, first pitch breaking ball, sat on it and roped it into left. Yeah, he's struggled a little bit, mostly against the Ducks. Had a nice series against New Britain, but last night he had a deep fly out and a line out in the gap where Fuentes dove and robbed him, so he's starting to swing the bat better again. And here's Nash. First pitch is a fastball in for a strike. 3 batters and 3 hard-hit balls. A line out, a home run, and a base hit. Nash at 286 with a homer. And a move to first. Mesa is back standing. The Revs, who saw the opponent score first each of the first 5 games, have now scored first in each of the last 4, doing it in the first inning every game. The 0-1 to Nash, and a swing and a drive into right center field. Washington from right, ranging over, and he's there. Makes the play in fairly deep right center, and that's 4 batters in a row to start the game that have hit the ball fairly well. However, 2 of them now have made outs. They're 2 down, and here is Tejeda. I think had some trouble getting the bat weight removed from the lumber, but now set to make his way up there. By the way, for Alexi, the home run, the 36th of his career, 24th in the minors, and his 8th all-time with York. He had 3 last year, 4 the year before. Here is Isaias, who's hitting at 172 now. 3 for his last 5 after snapping an 0 for 15. Pitch from Fisher. It is a little high. Revs are in their road gray today as Fisher looks in wondering where he missed. asking if it was in. The Ducks are in their black jerseys with the orange letters and numbers and wearing alternate white hats today on this Sunday with a black bill. Fisher ready. The 1-0 and a swing and a foul back. It looks like there's a little sogginess on the infield dirt back behind first, but the infield looks good. The outfield is where it's going to be really soppy today. Obviously, the tarp doesn't cover that part, so you rely on your drainage, and we're told that it drains well here. Fisher ready. Looks good to the naked eye, but we're not out there. And a move to first. Mesa back standing. Fisher in his first start, as we mentioned, in Lancaster, got a win on Tuesday. 6 1/3, 5 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned. Did give up a home run. Did not walk any. Struck out 5. Ducks won 5-4. Pitch is swung on and missed. Curveball and a slow one that the bottom fell out of. Fisher was up to 88 pitches in his first start. Allowed a 3-run homer to Casey Hobson in the second inning. That was the most damage that he allowed, the only earned runs he allowed. He fires. Curveball lined hard left field and down in front of Daniel Fields, who has to back up and play it on a hop. Thought better than to come in and turn that one into extra bases. It's a single for Tejeda, though. He's now 4 for his last 6. And it's first and second for Wellington Dotel. 3 hits in the first inning, and really 5 balls that have at least been hit decently hard, if not very hard. And Tejeda on base now 5 of his last 7 times at the plate. Another curveball that a Revs hitter sat on and hit hard. And the pitch to Dotel misses high and away. Now it's first and second, and they call a balk. Balking Derek Brooks over there at first base, who balked Tago in the 8th inning last night. Now calls one on Fisher, I assume for not coming set. Of course, for a lefty, it could also be the angle of his leg lift. But a balk is called. And now it's second and third, and a base hit could potentially score both. First 2 balks of the year we've seen have been called by Brooks. Pitch to Dotel, he tips one foul back to the netting. And it's an 0-1 count, that first pitch, obviously not counting. Dotel hitting at 296. By the way, Fred DeJesus joins the crew today. He's the umpire behind the plate. Brooks at first. And Steve Bartelstein at third base. 0-1 on Dotel. The pitch from Fisher. Breaking ball, down and in. Revs with a 1-0 lead here in the top of the first on Alexi Casillas' home run. Dotel has hit safely in 5 straight. Looking to cash in and make this a big first inning. Fisher deals, and a swing and a miss. Ton of curveballs from Fisher here early. This one, he got Dotel to swing through. He's thrown a couple really good ones, and he's also given up a couple of base hits on the curveball. Ahead here 1-2, and Dotel will ask for time and back out. Doesn't matter that it's cold and damp today. Still no batting gloves for Dotel. Stands back in with his open stance. Waves the bat out away from his body. Pitch is inside, and he jumps backward. And it is now 2-2. Fisher 0-2 with a 7.71 ERA and 3 starts lifetime against York in the regular season. All 3 were last year, including a game here last June where he gave up 8. Pitch is fouled off, first base side. That's out of play. Allowed 13 hits to the Revs in that game. He pitched fairly well in the other 2 starts, but a no decision and a loss. In fact, he lost 3-2 in York on September 1st of last year, game that Troy Tersey started and held the Ducks in check. The Revs bullpen got that win, but Tersey pitched well and Fisher took the loss. Another 2-2, and a swing and a foul back over the roof. Dotel making him work. Fisher made 3 postseason starts for Long Island last year. Started against the Revs in Game 2 of the 2017 Championship Series. He was an All-Star Game selection last year. Gave up 3 runs, though, in his 1 inning here at his home park. Now another 2-2. And a line drive, left center field, into the gap, base hit. Both runs are going to score. It dies in front of Fuentes, who will glove and toss in, holding him to a single. But Wellington Dotel, a 2-run knock to left center, and the Revs with a 3-run first inning to jump on top. It's a 6-game hitting streak for him, and he's got his 2nd and 3rd RBIs of the year, and what a great at-bat. With multiple 2-strike fouls, and eventually got Fisher to leave one up. And Dotel lands it in left center to score both. Now here's Coronado, who's back in after a night off last night. 4 hits in the first inning now. And Fisher with the pitch. It's high and away. Coronado has hit safely in 6 of his 7 games played. .385 average. 8 for 16 against the Ducks. The 1-0 swings and fouls it off. First base side over the roof. He is tied for 4th in the league in batting entering play today. Revs as a team are 4th. Still 7th in runs, but I think everybody believes that will be coming up in the not-too-distant future. Here's the 1-1, and a fastball a little high. Now the Revs have been selective with Fisher here in this first inning. Crafty lefty. Now checks around, and the 2-1. Swing and a foul out of play. First base side again. This is the biggest first inning for the Revs so far on the young season. Fisher has his sign. And the 2-2 to Coronado. Curveball yanked foul on the ground down past the Revs dugout. Now they have really made him throw some pitches. Now he's ready again. And the pitch, it is ripped. Left side, base hit number 5. As Coronado shoots one through the hole. 3 straight hits, 5 total in the inning. And it's first and second for Henry Castillo. Fisher now at 20 6 pitches, and 21 have been in the strike zone. They've either taken them, fouled them off, or hit them hard. And I would say that all 7 batters have hit the ball hard. What a great start. And here's Castillo. Yeah. Coronado now has hit safely in 7 of his first 8 games played. Now Henry digs in from the right. First pitch is driven in the air, right field. Washington turns, ranging back. It's over his head, and one hops the wall. Dotel scores. They're going to have to hold Coronado at third. Castillo's in with a double, though. A stand-up RBI double. The Revs will bat around for the first time this season. And they do it in the first inning today, and now lead it 4-0. RBI double to the opposite field. And Castillo makes it 4-zip. And now 5 of his 6 hits to begin the season have all gone for extra bases. And here's Justin Trapp. It's 4-0, and it's second and third. 6 hits and 4 in a row. Pitch to Trapp is in tight. He twists away, as that was in near his front arm. Now the 4 runs matches the biggest inning of the season for the Revs thus far. Or actually, it sets the most. The most was 3, I beg your pardon. And it's the first time they've batted around. The 1-0 to Trapp. That's up high. What a great approach they have had. And they have teed off on Fisher here in the first. Castillo, by the way, came in today with 3 doubles, tied for third most in the league. Pitch, it is popped in the air, foul and out of play to the right side. That'll land up on the concourse. Coming in, his 4 extra base hits were tied for 4th most. And he has now hit safely in 5 of his 6 starts, with 5 of his 6 hits going for extra bases. Doesn't matter that it's cold. These guys have come out raking. The pitch to Trapp, it's high, and it's 3-1. Trapp hitting at 294. And against lefties, he is 3 for 7 with 3 doubles of his own. And he'll have a hitter's count here. Here's the stretch. The 3-1, and it's over for a strike. Now the count goes full. A miserable first inning for Fisher. And this next pitch will be his 33rd. He's ready. 3-2. And swinging a ground ball at third. DeJesus gobbles it up, takes a look at it, and throws accurately across to first. But the Revs bat around for the first time this season. 4 runs on 6 hits. And 2 men left at the end of a half inning. It's the Revs 4 and the Ducks coming up.
Are you one of the many people that has a 401k that is eligible to roll over, but you just haven't done it yet? Maybe you're not sure where was the best place to put it. I'm Tom Dasher of Tom Dasher Investment Services. I specialize in helping you getting your 401k and IRA money parked in the best place for you. So if you haven't rolled your 401k yet, or if you're not satisfied with your IRA, call me for a consultation at 487-2096. That's 487-2096. And check out my website at tomdasher.com.
April showers means May flowers. As spring blooms and lawns are growing, so are we at Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. Our team at Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care is growing, and we're seeking qualified candidates to grow with us. Join our world-class team-based environment and get your foot on the lawn of a new career with the leading provider of lawn care, tree care, and landscaping services in York, Adams, and Cumberland counties. Be part of our team. Find out more at heritagelawnandlandscape.com.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
The York Revolution plays here. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Oh, what a first inning for the Revs offensively. And Troy Tersey given a 4-0 lead. And his first start of the season, it was the Bees that scored 4 against him. He is looking to put that behind him here today as he makes his 3rd appearance and 2nd start. Ray Fuentes will lead things off, hitting at .343. And here's Tersey's first pitch. It is down low. Fuentes leading the league in runs scored with 9. Tied for 4th in hits and RBIs, 4th in on-base percentage. The 1-0, and that's over for a strike. Sinking fastball down around the knees. Tersey faced the Ducks once in relief in his first outing of the year. 1-1 pitch, and a fastball just missed inside. It was a tough outing for him. Did not get an out, 4 runs on 5 hits, and then in his first start in the first inning, 4 runs and 5 hits. Pitch is lined down the line and right, but Fuentes pulls it foul into the seats. 2-2. The first 4 batters Tuesday night against New Britain all scored, but he did not allow a run after that, going 2 2/3 innings. Left the game trailing 4-3. The Revs would win 8-7. Pitch is a little high, 3-2. And Tersey has gone away from the extended toe tap so far here today. A more traditional windup. Now there's 5 taps. Payoff pitch is swung on and missed. Fastball down and in. And Troy Tersey starts off the game with a K. 1 down here in the first inning. Now that ought to make him feel a whole lot better. Now, the thing with Tersey today, the way that his first 2 outings have started, I think the beginning of the game is really important. Try to get him settled in. Feeling good about himself. Here's Lombardozzi. First pitch fastball, inner half. It's a called strike. Lombardozzi hitting at .273. He's done all of his damage against York. 9 for 20 against York. Here's the 0-1. And a swing and a foul tip to the backstop. And it looks like, now we don't have radar today, but looks like Tersey has better velo here early in this game. He's going short sleeves today. White spikes, as he always does. 6th career start. And the youngster fires home. And a check, appeal to third, no swing on the low fastball. That was close. 1-2. On the wind, Tersey with several taps this time. Pitch is lined into right field, and it's a base hit. That time he did go to the taps, and Lombardozzi singles to right. He left that ball up. And Lombardozzi, the 6-year big league vet, didn't try to do too much, just a short swing, and lines a 2-strike hit to right field. Mentioned Fuentes leads the league in runs. Lombardozzi is tied for 3rd with 7 scored, and right in between the two is David Washington, who stands in here. He's 2nd in runs scored. The Ducks, who lead the league in runs by a lot. First pitch is down and in on Washington, the big left-hand hitter. Lou Ford a day off today, so Washington is in the 3-hole. Hitting at .286. Now the 1-0. Swing and a rip, right side, base hit, right center. Lombardozzi will turn and head to third. And Dotelis to go all the way up the gap, bare hands and throws in, and Washington with good speed will scamper to second. It's a double, and it's second and third with one out.
Number 21, Mike Old.
Now they had him played a little bit to pull, and Washington ripped that one toward the middle. Low line drive that had to be chased all the way up the alley. Washington, who's fifth in the league in slugging, has himself another extra base hit. Here is Mike Olt. Revs a 4-0 lead. And Terzi with the pitch. Breaking ball and a called strike. Starts him with the hook. Olt 2 for 24 with 11 strikeouts to begin the year. Wally Backman putting him in the cleanup spot, though, today. Terzi checks back. Here's the 0-1. And a half swing, and he went. Couldn't stop on the slider. And he kind of looked like he was guessing there, and Terzi doubled up on the slider. Matt Dendecker and Kurt Neuenhuis have been banged up, and neither have played in this series. Ford a day off, so Olt the cleanup man today. It's like Lou Ford's coaching at third. Stretch from Terzi. Checks around and delivers. And a swing and a miss. Got him one-handing at the slider away. 3 in a row from Terzi, and he strikes out Olt on 3 pitches. 2 down here in the first inning. It's his second strikeout. And he'll now deal with Hector Sanchez. Wally Backman not coaching third. He pulled a muscle the other night when he was heading in, and somebody hollered to say hi to him. He turned and looked and felt something grab. Pitch to Sanchez. Fastball. Terzi doesn't get the call and didn't miss by much. Sanchez hitting .280, and he's 4 for 9 with men in scoring position. He's driven in 4 runs. Part of an outstanding catching tandem that they have here. Major League veteran Sanchez and also Ramon Cabrera, who played last night. Both are switch hitters. Pitch is swung and missed. A breaking ball. And Sanchez reaches and waves at it. Terzi's slider has been very good and has fooled now both right-hand hitters and the switch hitting, at the moment, left-hand hitting Sanchez. Trying to hold him off the board after the Revs' big first. Now he's ready at the belt. And the 1-1. Slider down low. Very important to keep the ball down today. On the stretch from Terzi. Checks second, fires home. And a swing and a high fly to left. Should be out of the inning. Trapp is under it, repositioning to his right, comes in and makes the one-hand grab, and Terzi strands 2 in scoring possession. Puts up a 0 in the first. 2 hits, 2 left, couple strikeouts for him, and it's 4-0 York as we go to the second.
Which is better? Getting the perfect set, the perfect approach, and powering through the ball with the perfect hit? Or reading the hitter, moving to the ball, and making the perfect dig? Flying Feet knows the answer. It all depends on which side of the net you're on.
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet Sports Shoes is Central PA's home court for volleyball, featuring the names that know the game, including Asics and Mizuno. Flying Feet offers volleyball spandex and shorts and the best selection of knee pads around. And Flying Feet is your ankle support connection, featuring Active Ankle, Ultra Ankle, and Zamps, providing engineered precision support. And because volleyball isn't just for the gym, Flying Feet carries a great selection of indoor and outdoor balls and sand socks for working it out on the beach or in the backyard. Flying Feet Sports Shoes. Shoes, the sportswear specialty store without specialty store prices.
Flying Feet.
1511 Melrose Avenue, just off exit 18 of I-83, next to Battery Warehouse.
With the new Express Sports football and car racing from the Pennsylvania Lottery, you can play your favorite sports at participating retailers, bars, and restaurants. Make your picks on your play slip, like touchdown pass on the third play, or the first 3 cars to cross the finish line, and watch the fast-paced lifelike action on the big screen. With drawings for cash prizes every 5 minutes, there's never a dull moment. Come on, come on. Yes!
Express Sports from the Pennsylvania Lottery. Compete from your seat. Players must be 18 or older. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
You're on York's home for Sixers basketball. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Second inning, 4-0. Revs lead it. What a start. Batted around. By the way, our late start today wrecked our chances of joining the Sixers in progress in Game 4. They lead Toronto 84-81 with 9 minutes to go in the fourth. Our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard. We'll check the Atlantic League throughout the day. Sugar Land and High Point playing a twin bill. JP Sportman leads off and takes inside. And Somerset and New Britain were rained out. Here's the 1-0. And a swing and a drive the other way in right field. Washington going back onto the track, jumps up and makes a fantastic grab for the first out. Sportman has robbed several. This time he is robbed. And he's 0 for 2 despite 2 hard-hit liners to the outfield. The Revs did all their damage with 1 out in the first inning. He was retired on a line drive to center. And here to begin the second inning, he's out on a drive to the warning track, and Washington got up off his feet a bit. Here's Casilla, who swings first pitch and rips one up the middle. So he's 2 for 2. It's a single for Alexi. Washington on Sportman's play. He got up off his feet a bit, middle of the track, caught it, and crashed against the wall. And had it in his glove. It must be a giving fence, a forgiving fence, because Sportman crashed into the wall last night as well. Both players were fine. So Alexi now has homered and singled, and I would say 10 of the 11 batters have hit the ball hard. Now here's Melky Mesa, who singled in the first and scored. 7 hits now. Don't worry about that email. That was just from Groupon. That'll get deleted. And now time called as Mesa backs out. Although maybe it shouldn't. Maybe I could get a great deal on something I've never tried. Pitch to Mesa, swing and a rip, it's fair down the third base line, another hit! And this one hits the angled cutout wall, Fields plays it, fires into short, Moreno cuts it off along the line, and Casilla makes it to third. Mesa is in at second standing. As he brushes himself off, looking into the dugout, it's a double for him. And the Revs are right back at it offensively. Second and third with 1 out. And the hit ticker now has 8. 8 out of 12 batters. 11 out of 12 have hit it hard. And Mesa has a single and a double. Now here's Talvin Nash, who lined out to right his first time hitting it hard. First pitch, breaking ball, flutters high and away. That thing didn't have much on it. 1 ball, no strikes, 4-0 the lead. And the Revs licking their chops for more. And Fisher stares in and sets. The 1-0. And a swing and a high fly foul down the right field side. That one carries, I believe, past the seating bowl into the Ducks bullpen area. Oh, no it didn't. Somebody found it in that last section of seats. I do need to get a new pair of contact lenses when we get home tomorrow, so be able to see it all better. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a foul back over the roof. Fisher, who's from Oklahoma, is now 28 years old, 5'11 lefty, 7th-year pro. He was a University of Oklahoma Sooner, and the Dodgers drafted him 22nd round in 2013. Just 1 year in their system at rookie ball Ogden in the Pioneer League. The pitch, breaking ball down and in, 2-2. And then he went to the Frontier League. The Ducks acquired him in September 2017 in a trade from Windy City. And spent all of last year with Long Island. He was 8-7 with a 3.92 ERA. Had a good year. Pitch, breaking ball missed away. Good eye from Nash. Fisher trying to backdoor it, and it stayed out. A full count, and the Revs just have not at all been fooled by his breaking ball, and they have not reached for it. And the approach has been about as good as it gets here these first 2 innings. Fisher is ready now. And the 3-2 inside. Nash jumps back, and it's ball 4. And the bases are loaded with 1 out. And that'll get pitching coach Ed Lynch out of the first base dugout. And he'll point to the bullpen. Remember, you can't make a visit now. So him coming out means they're making a move, and he's already signaled. The Revs are going to be in the Ducks bullpen in the 2nd inning today as Fisher records just 4 outs. And got hit all over the place. Bases loaded, 1 out. And they'll be facing someone new when we come back. It'll be Tejeda with the bases loaded. It's a 4-0 lead, looking for more. Pitching change in the 2nd inning is brought to you by Maple Donuts.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Mom and Dad, add your little baseball fan to the York Revolution roster with a Rookie Revs membership presented by People's Bank. Memberships include 6 ticket vouchers, behind-the-scenes tours, an exclusive team autograph session, plus a Rookie Revs backpack and more. All that for just $27. It's kid-sized Revs time. Rookie Revs memberships presented by People's Bank. Details at YorkRevolution.com or 717-801-HITS.
Wealth is the ability to feed 100 stray dogs.
Turn empty parking lots into playgrounds.
Watch your child walk down the aisle.
As Henry David Thoreau once said, wealth is the ability to fully experience life. At Smith Wealth Advisory Group, we help our clients identify their ambitions, dreams, and financial goals and develop actionable plans to pursue their passions and interests. Let our wealth of knowledge about wealth help you fully experience life. Visit us at smithwealthadvisory.com.
Janney Montgomery Scott LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
Catch the Revs all season on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Now for the 4th straight game, the Revs with a fine start offensively, and here today the best one yet as they knock Jake Fisher out after an inning and a third, 8 hits, 4 runs so far, 1 walk, no strikeouts. New pitcher is right-hander Jose Cuas. 3/4 angle, slings it up there. Converted infielder And Tejeda will be the first to face him. Quas in 4 outings has a save, and he's been excellent. 5 2/3 shutout innings, just 1 hit allowed, 8 Ks, 3 walks. Here on Friday night, he went 2 no-hit innings and struck out 3. Only base runner was when he beaned Coronado. Pitch to Tejeda is down and away. Isaias a single to left his first time, and he's now 4 for his last 6. And on base, 5 of his last 7. As Quas goes to the spike cleaner behind the mound. I'm looking through the net against the batter's eye, but it appears there's a light mist. Here's the 1-0, and it's on the outside corner for a strike. And Quas, who came to Long Island last year initially. He had spent the first 3 years of his career as an infielder in the Brewers system, and then last year they started the transition to pitching with him. There's the 1-1. Swinging a bouncing ball to second, could be 2. Lombardozzi flips back to short. The turn is in time. And Quas gets out of it, and the Revs don't score in the second inning. Lombardozzi was at double play depth. He actually had to go away from the bag, a step to his left, gloved a high hop shoulder high, but flipped to Moreno, and they had time to turn it. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left. We'll go to the bottom of the second, still 4-0 York.
Want to give your child the best birthday ever without hosting, planning, or cleanup work? Book a York Revolution birthday party at People's Bank Park. Parties include 2 hours of all-you-can-eat Kessler's hot dogs and pizza, goodie bags for all guests, and Penn State Children's Hospital playground wristbands. The birthday child gets a custom Revs jersey and throws out a first pitch, and the whole crowd sings happy birthday before the party enjoys a customized Revs birthday cake. Birthdays at a Revs game. Best birthday ever. Details at YorkRevolution.com or 717-801-HITS.
Image 360 York is your choice for graphics that enhance, signage that works, and displays that inform. Everything from color change car wraps to vehicle wraps for your entire fleet, custom window graphic, decals and lettering, interior signage graphics and displays. Don't replace when you can reface. Call Rob and his team at 717-757-4909. That's 757-4909. Or order online at image360.com/YorkPA. It's fast, affordable, and convenient. Image 360, 2260 Industrial Highway in York.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
Get the latest on the Orioles with the Baltimore Baseball Show, hosted by Dan Connolly. Mondays at 6 on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.
Revs settle for the 4-0 lead for now, as Jose Quas came in and induced the double play ball. You hear that Baltimore Baseball Show promo. Dan will have a new one tomorrow night at 6, so we'll be on at 6:30 tomorrow, just before first pitch at 6:30 when the Revs are back home. Ivan DeJesus Jr. will lead things off, hitting at .286. No homers, 5 driven in. Terzi winds. First pitch of the inning is down and away. Terzi a single and a double with 1 out in the first, but struck out Olt and got Sanchez to fly out, leaving 2 in scoring position. 1-0 and a slider bends across for a called strike. He had 2 strikeouts in that first inning. 1-1. And fastball away. Last season, the one start Terzi made at home against Long Island, no decision, but maybe his best overall start. 2-1, and it's low. 5 2/3, 2 runs, left trailing 2-1. The Revs won at 3-2. 3-1 pitch, and it's low. It's a leadoff walk. So DeJesus is on to start the inning.
Designated hitter, number 18, L.J. Mazzilli.
The first start, Terzi's debut, would have been his best if not for a blister that limited him to 3 innings, 3 shutout against New Britain last August. And then he had a good one against Lancaster 5 days later, but lost it to rain and out away from a win. Here's L.J. Mazzilli, who lays off a slider away, checked his swing, appeal, and Derek Brooks. Pay attention, they're asking you. He's looking down at the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. Fred DeJesus stood there with his hands out, asking for about 10 seconds. Pitch is down and away now, 2-0, and Terzi out of the strike zone to begin the inning. Goes to the rosin bag. Mazzilli just signed today. Son of Lee Mazzilli. 2-0 pitch. And there's a fastball for a strike. Mazzilli's been as high as the AAA level. 6 years in the Mets system, and then last year in the Yankees system. Got to AAA with both. Here's the 2-1. Swing, and he drives it foul the other way and right. And that'll end up in the seats down in the final section down that right field side. Mazzilli, a former 4th-round pick of the Mets out of UConn in 2013. He's from Stamford, Connecticut. We used to cruise through there on the way to Bridgeport. There's the 2-2. And a bouncing ball deep short. Castillo to his right. Off balance throw to second. And Castillo will fake the turn to first. Nice play for the out. Henry Castillo. I think he's got like a... I mean, the best way I can describe it is a do-rag. Or maybe it's a hood. But as he made that play, it came loose. And the guys in the dugout laughing at him. It's loose like a ponytail behind his jersey. Looks like Batman, like he has a cape. It's a nice play, though. Here's Daniel Fields. He takes strike 1. Terzi getting back in the strike zone here. Now Castillo had to go way to his right, got square to the ball, and falling to his right, made the accurate throw to second for the out. Starting at short today, giving Dent his first day off. The 0-1, that's inside. And Mazzilli takes DeJesus' spot at first on the fielder's choice. 1 on with 1 out. Revs up 4-0 here in the second inning. Terzi with the pitch. That's inside again. Fields is 4 for 14 with 2 home runs to begin the year, both in this series. Back-to-back nights. The league leader in home runs, Caleb Gindel of Lancaster with 3. Fields has 2. Now the pitch. And it's on the outside corner. Fields didn't like it as he hunches down upon hearing the call. Terzi back to even things up. Revs at double play depth. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Terzi to the belt. And now to the plate. Swinging a high fly foul out of play left side. Fields, you talk to folks around the league. He is a highly regarded hitter in this league. He was limited due to injury last year. But Friday night, he pulled a home run to right. Last night, he drove one the other way to left. Terzi, another 2-2. And he just missed inside. Fields flinches backward, works it full. See if they send Mazzilli here. They do not. Pitch is just off the plate away. Now Terzi just misses outside. It's ball 4, the second walk of the inning. Yeah, here's Rando Moreno, who had a big night last night. 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs. He is now 4 for 8 against the Revs with all 3 of his RBIs this season. And 4 for 12 overall, 4 for 8 against York. First and second with 1 out. Pitch from Terzi, he shows a bunt, and a slider bends in for a called strike. 4-0 the lead. And again, a double play ball would be fantastic. Coronado on the edge of the grass at third, having to respect the possibility of a bunt. The 0-1, swing and a miss as Terzi kept it down and maybe out of the strike zone. He's got the jump on the Ducks' number 9 hitter. With 2 strikes on him, now time called as Terzi came set. We are told there's a window from 5 to 8, and that window is not on a current 9-inning pace in this game. Here's the 0-2, and it's down low, change up. But we only need 5 to make it official. The way the forecast looked last night, it's surprising that we've gotten this far. But those things do change, as you know. Here's the 1-2. And a ground ball rolled softly to short. Castillo shovels. Casilla the turn! Not in time. Did all they could. And the inning goes on with first and third. It was hit softly, a spinner just wide of the mound. Castillo came up as far as he could, but still had to wait for it to get to him. Ball was hit like a changeup, like you just wanted to get there to turn the double play, and it just would not quickly enough. And he flipped to Alexi, who ran through the bag and fired it across his body to first, made it fairly close. So first and third with 2 outs. And here's Fuentes at the top of the order, struck out his first time. Terzi trying to keep this 4-0 lead intact. And the first pitch, runner fakes going from first. It's a backdoor hook, and it's a called strike. Fuentes is 5 for 9 with men in scoring position. The leadoff hitter for the Ducks has 8 RBIs, tied for 4th most in the league. Here's the 0-1. And a sinking fastball, missed low, appeal out to second base. Terrible angle, where Steve Bartelstein said no swing. One and one the count on Fuentes, who's been a tough out for York and for everybody. Terzi the pitch. It is outside. Revs are playing 6 of their first 9 games against Long Island. Long Island playing 6 of their first 10 against York. They had a 4-game series in Lancaster. Their first off day is tomorrow. And now the 2-1. Slider in there, called strike. Now Fuentes takes and lets it go even. Terzi trying to keep the lead where it is through 2 innings. And takes a deep breath and sets. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a soft tap but foul. Down to the first base coach's area. It's tossed into the stands. I believe somebody wearing an All-Star Game jersey from last year receives that one. Not nearly the crowd today that they normally get. Another 2-2. Runner goes from first and a swing and a miss. He struck him out. Foul tip squeezed. And Terzi came in under the hands of Fuentes, who's down swinging. Terzi with 3 strikeouts through 2 scoreless innings. Couple of walks in the second, but he strands both. And it's still 4-0 York as we go to the third.
Will I have saved enough for college by the time she gets her driver's license?
How can I ensure beautiful music is always made on the symphony stage?
When I retire, can I take that vacation I always dreamed about?
When life's persistent questions have you seeking answers, turn to Smith Wealth Advisory Group. Let our wealth of knowledge about wealth help turn life's questions into financial plans of action and memorable outcomes. Smith Wealth Advisory Group, answering life's most persistent questions. Visit us at smithwealthadvisory.com.
Janney Montgomery Scott LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
The National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum is a place with thousands of stories to be told. It's a place to relive baseball's greatest moments and share them with future generations. It's a place to experience the game and how it has shaped our history. Cooperstown is a destination with something for the entire family. Our stories to tell, your memories to share. Plan your trip to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown at baseballhall.org.
Since 1934, PSECU has given Pennsylvanians financial opportunities to live a better life. We are a credit union who offers valuable free and low-fee financial products, broad lending options, and outstanding money management for financing life. At PSECU, we are proud of who we are and committed to who we serve because our Pennsylvania roots run deep. We are banking on a difference. Visit PSECU.com to join us. This credit union is federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration. Equal Opportunity Lender.
Take us on the go with the new WOYK app. Download on the Apple and Google Play stores today. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Head of the third inning, 4-0. Revs lead it. Mace having a lengthy conversation with the plate Fred DeJesus between innings. I'm not entirely sure what that was about, but Troy Terzi has stranded 4. 3-2 innings, and the Revs still with a 4-0 lead. Long Island will go to their bullpen again, and I guess, well, they have the off day tomorrow, so they're just going to use everybody. Quas faced one hitter, got an inning-ending double play in the second, and now lefty Sean Nolan, who just signed the other day, facing Dotel. First pitch is over for a strike. Now, pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. Now the 0-1, and a fastball up and in. Nolan seems to throw quite a bit harder than the first lefty that we saw, Fisher. He's 6'4", 245. The 1-1, and a liner the other way, base hit right field. Dotel 2 for 2. Over to the left of the second baseman, Lombardozzi. And Dotel shoots at Oppo. Revs have their 9th hit. Now Nolan making his Atlantic League debut. He was signed Friday. Began this season at Double-A with the White Sox in Birmingham. And here's Coronado. First ball is low. Nolan, who's from the island, from Seaford, New York. Got to the majors for 8 appearances, 7 starts with Toronto and Oakland between 2013 and 15. 1-0, and a swing and a foul back and out of play. Coronado singled to left his first at bat. The 1-1, and Nolan locates right on the outside corner for strike 2. Revs 9 hits, already. They were held to 7 last night. 1-2. Breaking ball, strike 3 called. Locked up Coronado, who was frozen on it. And there's one away. He has a look back. I wonder if somebody's hollering at him from the Ducks dugout. He's looking in there. They've been awfully chirpy this series ever since that 8th inning Friday night with the 2 hit batters. And Coronado had gotten hit the following inning, which he didn't appreciate. Here's Henry Castillo. Nolan throws over to first, and Dotel is back standing. I am not too happy on our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard right now. The Sixers are down 7 with 20 seconds left in Game 4. Pitch is down low. Castillo, an RBI double in the first. Went deep the other way with it. And he's hit safely now in 5 of his first 6 starts. And 5 of his 6 hits to begin the year are for extra bases. Now the 1-0. Swing and a number on the ground at second. Lombardozzi scoots up, shovels to second. The turn to first is in time. Wow. Long look at it taken by Derek Brooks. And Castillo hustling, and I think he was slow out of the box with the conditions and the way he hit it, and he's shaking his hand. I don't think that one felt too good off the end of the bat, but it goes for a 4-6-3. The Revs have hit into a double play in back-to-back innings. 1 hit, nothing across. We go to the bottom of the 3rd, still 4-0 York.
Tired of hearing that music? Especially when you already have that same ice cream in your freezer. Try something new and amazing with Tropical Shaved Ice. On Monday morning after the big company event, do you want the buzz down the hall to be, how awesome was this year's company picnic? Then crush boredom and bring on Kona Ice with over 32,000 flavor combinations. This is not your typical lackluster snow cone. Their flavors are bold and delicious. Fuzzy Navel, Margarita, Blue Hawaiian. Kona Ice is dairy-free, gluten-free, and they even offer flavors that are sugar and dye-free. No party is too big or too small. They can serve up to 1,000 people per hour. They have party packages starting as low as $100. To add more excitement to your next event, find them online.
At Donegal, we understand there are many costs associated with running a business. That's why Donegal works with you to provide quality insurance products based on your business needs, and why we deliver that insurance at a price to fit your budget. Call your local independent Donegal agent today and discover why, when it comes to insurance for your business, Donegal is a better value. Contact Kochman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854-0300 or stop in at 3217 East Market Street, York. Locally owned and operated by Pam and Rudy Kochman. Kochman Kunkel Insurance.
Your source for all of Friday night's action. Central PA Game Day with Steve Navaroli. Saturday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. Listen live and on demand with the new WOYK app and online at 989WOYK.com.
Revs lead 4-0. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Umbrellas are up, and that mist has intensified. It is really cold. The wind is blowing into the booth at times, so we can feel it too. As Steve Lombardozzi takes a strike, single to his first time up. 4-0, the Revs lead it. Terzi with the pitch, swinging a foul out of play, left field side. He's quickly ahead. 2, 3, and 4 in the order. As Terzi begins facing them the second time. Outfield shades him the other way. And Terzi a deep breath. Here's the wind. Several taps, delivers, and a check from Lombardozzi. Appeal to third, he's rung up, down on strikes. 4th strikeout for Terzi today. And a slider down low got Lombardozzi to commit just far enough. 4 strikeouts. And Terzi has looked much more comfortable and confident today. Here's David Washington, who doubled his first time. And the first pitch, it's down and in. Terzi looking back at his landings, slipped a little bit. I think another thing today is he's made an effort to pitch inside more. And they play Washington to pull on the ground, but the other way in the outfield. The 1-0. And he flips the breaking ball up there. It's a called strike. Now has his sign, the wind, and the 1-1. Swinging a ground ball, second base, right at Alexi. Waits for it, goes to a knee, throws over to first. 2 up, 2 down. On our WellSpan Sports Medicine Injury Report, Mitch Atkins, the preseason soreness has subsided. He'll make his season debut Tuesday night at home against Somerset. Dustin Richardson, unfortunately, came out with some elbow soreness last night. They think that it's minor. He'll be checked out more so when the team gets home, but fingers crossed the initial diagnosis is good. Here is Mike Olt, who takes a breaking ball strike. Also, Andrew Carver told me that he tore a fingernail on that bunt play last night. Pitch is bounced to third base, stays fair. Coronado charging, pumps and takes his time and makes a strong throw to first. Rather than throwing on the run this time, took his time, set, and stepped into it. And threw a dart across to Nash. 1, 2, 3, third for Troy Terzi. And it's on to the fourth with the Revs up 4-0.
Looking for a drool-worthy auto loan? Hello, I'm Sue DiStefano, President CEO of First Capital Federal Credit Union. Give Fido the ride of his life in a new car, truck, or SUV. With an interest rate as low as 3.49% APR and flexible terms, we can make it happen. Speak with a loan officer today or apply online at firstcapitalfcu.com. First Capital, putting you and your county first for 65 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
First Capital Federal Credit Union.
Shipley Energy is more than just an energy company. We're a family tradition. Our goal is to provide outstanding customer service and to make energy easy for you. From heating oil and propane to natural gas and electricity, our team can help. We also offer HVAC services, installation, maintenance, and service plans to keep your home safe and comfortable. In addition, our team can improve the quality of water in your home. To learn more, visit ShipleyEnergy.com or call 855-5-SHIPLEY. We make energy easy.
You trust AAA to work at every mile. But AAA doesn't just cover your car. They can also cover your home. AAA Home Insurance protects every square foot. And when you add AAA Home Insurance to AAA Auto Insurance, you get more protection and more savings. Insurance that's not just insurance. Talk to your local AAA insurance agent today or visit AAA.com to learn more about AAA Home Insurance.
New FM signal, new website. Get features, live broadcasts, and on-demand game broadcasts and shows online at 989WOYK.com.
It wasn't a real great idea to try this today, but the Revs have come out with a 4-0 lead as we go to the fourth. They just dumped a bunch of new dirt around the home plate area, trying to keep the footing decent for the hitters. Right now it says rain likely at 8:15. Well, I have news for them. There's light mist or rain coming down right now, so much for our window. Right now, 52 degrees, and the real feel is 48. The wind is in at 14 miles per hour. Give you the dew point if you're into that. It's 49. And the UV index is 0, low. The pressure is 29.78 IN, whatever that means. We'll start the fourth. Sean Nolan stays in. And Justin Trapp will be up first. He grounded out to third base his first time up. Nolan set to go. First offering is over the outer half. It's a called strike. Revs have had a habit lately of scoring early and then hardly anything after. The 0-1, and a swing and a cue ball down to first under the glove of Olt, and it crawls into right, and Trapp is on in the air to start the inning. Olt came up before it was there. The lack of speed on that ground ball might have been what fooled him. Came up too soon, and right through the wickets, untouched. Now here's Sportman, who's hit it hard twice, a line out to center and a line out to deep right. David Washington ran one down in the track and crashed against the fence on that second one Sportman hit. First pitch, he reaches and sends a foul up onto the concourse. It hit the sign above the concession stand and ricocheted right down next to somebody just trying to make away with their chicken fingers or tenders or strips, whatever you prefer. The 0-1, and it misses down and in. I guess I'm a tenders guy. If I don't know why I called them fingers. I tend to call them tenders by default. The 1-1. And it missed it. No, it didn't. A called strike, looked like it was down and away. And Sportman rolls his eyes and shakes his head, and he's got a complaint. 1-2. I've really been impressed with the way he knows the strike zone. As we see him now, a little through a week, plus spring training as Nolan throws over. Trapp on to start the inning on the air. Revs lead at 4-0 as we play here in the fourth. All 4 runs in the first inning off starter Jake Fisher. It's the 1-2. Breaking ball down and in. Sportman starts and holds. New baseball handed off to the catcher Sanchez as that one hit the mud. 2-2. Now the pitch, slide step, and Sportman pops it up. Olt into foul ground from first, over by the railing, and he'll break off his strides, and he's got room with a step and a half to spare. Makes the play just shy of the Long Island dugout fence. And there's one down here in the top of the fourth. That'll bring up Alexi Casilla, who started the hit parade in the first inning with a home run to left. Solo shot. And a snap throw to first, trying to catch Trapp napping. He's back standing up. Sandy De Leon coaching, hollering back. Pitch to Alexi. Swing and a line drive toward the gap in right center field. Fuentes heading over, and it hangs up for him. Runs it down. And Trapp went halfway and will head back to first. 2 outs in the inning. And Casilla now 2 for 3 with that first inning home run. Just didn't quite get all of that one and had a little too much air under it. Fuentes gliding over. Now 2 down. Here's Melky Mesa, who's singled and doubled. 2 for 2 with a run scored. First pitch, breaking ball, big hack, and a foul tip bounce behind the plate. 4 runs, 9 hits, no errors for York. No runs, 2 hits, and 1 error for the Ducklings. Here's the stretch from Nolan, the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Good rip at a fastball. after today, will bid farewell to the Ducks until the end of May. And now the 0-2, swing and a pop-up, foul, and this will come back. Lands in the stands. Nolan almost a little hitch on in between his leg kick and his stride there. I don't know if that was a maneuver to try to fool the runner. Trapp is yet to try it against him. Nolan had a good pickoff move earlier this inning. Olt holds him. The pitch to Masis. Swing and a miss on a changeup away. And that's the inning. Sanchez fakes a throw down to first, but the inning was already over. No runs, no hits, one error, and one left. Now we'll go to the bottom of the fourth. Still 4-0 York.
If you own a tractor-trailer business, then you know the cost of having your rig down instead of on the road. Rivers Truck Center in Red Lion keeps your trucks on the road by providing a one-stop shop for all your trucking needs. Rivers handles full-service truck sales and carries a full line of parts for all makes and models, has their own full-service collision center, and provides 24-hour emergency towing and roadside assistance. Check out riverstruck.com for more info. There's a reason Rivers Truck Center has been in business for over 40 years. They really do care.
Mom and Dad, add your little baseball fan to the York Revolution roster with a Rookie Revs membership presented by People's Bank. Memberships include 6 ticket vouchers, behind-the-scenes tours, an exclusive team autograph session, plus a Rookie Revs backpack and more. All that for just $27. It's kid-sized Revs time. Rookie Revs memberships presented by People's Bank. Details at YorkRevolution.com or 717-801-HITS.
The York County Solid Waste Authority turns up the heat every day, on your garbage, that is. Advanced waste-to-energy technology is used to burn garbage at 1,800 degrees Fahrenheit in environmentally controlled combustion units. This reduces air emissions and produces electricity, enough to power 20,000 homes every minute of every day. Visit www.ycswa.com to learn more. In York County, garbage is power.
York's home for the NFL. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. York.
Four nothing. Revs lead it. Bottom 4 now. Hector Sanchez blowing into his hands to warm them up as he stands in. The catcher leads off. Terzi's first pitch is down and in. Sanchez fly to left his first time. Terzi stranding 2 in each of the first 2 innings, then 1, 2, 3 in the third. Here's the 1-0. And that missed a little high. Worked around a couple of hits in the first, including a double. Left both in scoring position, then worked around 2 walks in the second inning. Here's the 2-0, and that's right down the middle for a strike. Back to the toe tap on that one, but he hasn't done it nearly as often today. And not nearly as pronounced. The 2-1, swing and a miss on a slider. Now he's fooling them a lot more today. Mixing speeds and spots and keeping it down a lot better. Now the wind, several taps, pitch is beaten foul down on the ground at home plate. Sanchez, DeJesus, and Mazzilli coming up here in the 4th inning. Definitely see the light rain coming down against that green batter's eyes straight away. Here's the wind and the pitch. And a ground ball rolled toward the middle. Alexi to his right. Backhands, plants, has time. Low throw. Nash digs it out. And with the catcher Sanchez running among the slower ones in the league, Alexi knew he didn't have to hurry. He did not make a great throw, but Nash helps him out. And they'll toss that ball away. It's wet. New one in. And the leadoff man retired. One away. Here's DeJesus, who walked his first time. Now right against right. And the pitch, it is down and away. On our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard, Lancaster and Southern Maryland were postponed due to rain, as were the Orioles and Rays. Pitch misses outside. It's ball 2. The Yankees pushed their game back to 4 p.m. They are playing, as are we. 4-1 over the Twins in the 7th, if you're interested. Terzi behind DeJesus. Here's the wind, the 2-0, and a slider broke a little low. Somerset at New Britain was postponed. Sugarland and High Point playing 2. The Skeeters won the opener 8-4. Pitch is right there for a strike. Second game is led by High Point 2-1 in the 6th, with Joe Van Meter starting that one for the Rockers. And now the 3-1. Swing, and he lines a foul. Oh, almost caught by a fan that brought his glove in the 3rd row, 4th row. Just popped out. That would have been heck of a grab. He ends up with the ball. Not a lot of competition for the Souvenirs today. Here's the payoff pitch. Missed high, and DeJesus will head to first. He walks for the 2nd time. And it's the 3rd walk issued by Terzi. That first game at High Point today, Dallas Beeler defeated Paul Clemens. Beeler now 2-0 for the Skeeters. Clemens 1-1 for High Point. Here's L.J. Mazzilli, who hit into a fielder's choice his first time up. First pitch, breaking ball, it's a called strike. And Terzi has done a good job of mixing it up. Also, mixing it up on first pitches. Now goes to the spike cleaner. Not ideal conditions today. Here's the 0-1. Swinging a line drive, left field, or a trap rather today, heading over a couple of steps toward the line, and he's got it. Now Mazzilli looked like trouble off the bat, but it dies out there. Maybe hit it off the end. And lines to left for out number 2. Ended up not being all that deep at all. Medium left field. Now with 2 down, Daniel Fields the hitter. He walked his first time. As Terzi tries to send this game to the 5th. Here's the first pitch. Swing, and it's fouled down against Fields' foot. And as he hobbles away. Troy said his mom was coming down from Connecticut to watch this game today. I'm sure not a terribly fun drive in these conditions. Now the 0-1, and it's low in the dirt, appeal towards second. Steve Bartelstein saying no swing. Terzi, who's from Wallingford, Connecticut. He said when he was at Keystone College, they never played York. It was the 1-1, and it misses high and wide. And they were in the Colonial States Athletic Conference. Before Keystone, he was at Post University in Connecticut, Division II. Here's a line shot foul down the first base side. Fields a bit early. And it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Then he went to Valdosta State University in Georgia, also Division II. At post, he was a teammate of his brother, Mick Tersey, who was a reliever. That was during Troy's freshman year. They were workout partners, had the same personal trainer when they were there together. Tersey set with it. Here's the 2-2. Swinging a ground ball toward first. It's foul. Nash reaching over to glove it. And we'll do it again. 4-0 York here in the bottom of the fourth. Tersey went to Notre Dame West Haven High School, where he also played basketball. And a very skilled bowler, as we told you during his last start. Now time asked for. Brett and I informed you all that we are not skilled bowlers. But Tersey is. He's ready. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Change up down out of the zone. Strikeout number 5 through 4 scoreless innings for Tersey, who runs off the mound to the third base dugout. A walk is all for the Ducks in the inning. 1 man left. We go to the 5th. It is still 4-0 York.
Hey, it's the good-looking genius at Broadway Transmission again, and this time I have things on my mind, like warranty and service after the repair. You already know Broadway Transmission has been part of the community for 67 years at the same location. But did you know that in that time, York County has seen many transmission shops close its doors, like
Amco,
Atomic,
Clutch and Go,
Dr. Transmission,
Cotman,
York County Transmission,
Winters,
Goodlings,
Lee Miles,
A1.
What grinds my gears about these closings are the customers are left with no warranty. Stop! Don't make that same mistake. Broadway Transmission has over 40,000 transmission jobs under our belt, and we are still here today standing behind our famous 3-year warranty. We kid around a lot on our ads, but nothing is funny about having no warranty when you need it. Avoid that risk with the only smart choice in all of York County and stop by Broadway Transmission today. Broadway Transmission will get your ship together and stand behind it too. Visit us on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
With the new Express Sports football and car racing from the Pennsylvania Lottery, you can play your favorite sports at participating retailers, bars, and restaurants. Make your picks on your play slip, like touchdown pass on the third play, or the first 3 cars to cross the finish line, and watch the fast-paced lifelike action on the big screen. With drawings for cash prizes every 5 minutes, there's never a dull moment. Come on. Yes!
Express Sports from the Pennsylvania Lottery. Compete from your seat. Players must be 18 or older. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
The York Revolution plays here. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Top of the 5th, 4-0. Revs lead it. Have not scored since the first, but Tersey has made sure the Ducks haven't scored at all. He's given up just 2 hits, has walked 3, but has stranded 5. Talvin Nash up first and takes up and away from Nolan. He's on for his 3rd inning. Wonder if they're going to get him stretched out to start. They lost Tim Melville to the Rockies. Here's the 1-0, and it's outside. 2 years ago, Melville was signed from Long Island by the Twins and got back to the majors. And this year, signed very quickly again, this time by Colorado. Now the 2-0. And a swing and a foul tip behind the plate. Nash just a tick early. He is lined out to right and walked. On the wind and the pitch. Fastball high. Well, the Revs, since that first inning, have had 3 hits, a walk, and an on base on an error, but have not scored. They've hit into 2 double plays. 3-1. It is down and away, and they have the leadoff man on here in the 5th. As Nash walks for the second time today.
Catcher, number 16, Isaiah Tejeda.
Well, the Revs home to face the Patriots this week, and good matchups in all 3 games. Revs will face a lefty all 3 nights. Tomorrow they have their own throwing. Ross Detweiler against Rick Teasley. Tuesday, Mitch Atkins' season debut against Thomas Dormany, who we saw at the FanFest game. And Wednesday, Matthew Grimes against Logan Darnell. Here's Tejeda. First pitch, swung on, fouled straight back. You can get your tickets at YorkRevolution.com. Tomorrow night is a Hunger-Free Monday presented by United Fiber and Data to benefit the York County Food Bank. And again on radio, we'll be on at 6:30 as a snap throw goes to first. Talvin dives in. That is following the Baltimore baseball show at 6. Uh-oh. Nash needing time for a moment, stretching out his torso. Looked like his back was a little uncomfortable, but he is back off the bag to his lead. Not a big lead. And the 0-1 to Tejeda, swinging a foul back again. Have really noticed Talvin's leadership abilities early this season. It's his 5th year with York. And see him always talking to guys on the bus or wherever, and whether it's veterans or especially the young guys. Now Tejeda asks for time and backs out. I have a feeling that when there comes that second decade team, here's a breaking ball down low, and Tejeda lays off. Sanchez the block in the dirt. I have a feeling that some guys on this team will be part of that, including the guy at first and the guy at the plate. And Tejeda now in his 4th season with York. Guys that have been some all-time greats in Revs history. The 1-2, swinging a pop foul, back out of play again. He's fouled off 3 from Nolan in this at-bat. Revs a 4-0 lead here in the 5th inning. Nash at first, no outs. Nolan going to the spike cleaner again. Looking up at the lights, can now see some of that sideways mist being blown. Nolan the pitch. Breaking ball lined hard left center field. Daniel Fields going back and runs it down onto the warning track. Nash towards second. He'll have to head back to first. And Tejeda with a bolt, but on this nasty day, it stays in the park. I have a feeling when we're here next time in August, that thing would hit the scoreboard. But Fields runs it down on the warning track and kept on running up against the wall to stop himself. Now 1 down here in the 5th. And the Revs have had really 5 hard hit outs today on top of the 9 hits. Here's Dotel. He swings, and a foul tip got a piece of the catcher, Sanchez. Plate ump to Jesus will walk the new ball out and give him time. They've had 5 line drives that have been caught in the outfield. Dotel 2 for 2, 2-run single in the first. And now DeJesus, the plate ump, asking for something at the mound. Wally Backman down at the end of the Ducks dugout wearing the walking boot. I think it was a calf strain that he suffered the other night. And their athletic trainer, Dottie, will bring another item out to the mound to pry the mud from the spikes. As the spike cleaner itself might be muddy now. Look at Polo. He has a bandana covering his face all the way up to his eyes, like he's a robber. And Henry Castillo, I believe, actually, the more I've seen him today, that do-rag or whatever he had designed to cover the back of his neck that goes the whole way down to his numbers, that seems to be by design because he's yet to fix it. So he has like a cape trailing him. Here's a drive the other way. Down the line in right field. It hits the wall on the fly. And Nash around second, heading for third. Throw in, and Dotel slides to second with a double. He's 3 for 3. And it's second and third with one out here in the fifth. It hit the 325 marker on the wall in right, maybe a foot inside the line. And Dotel, when he swung, he actually stood there and watched it for a moment. I don't know if he thought it was gone or assumed it would slice foul, but it smacked the wall on the fly right off the foot marker. And the infield will come in. Here's Coronado. First pitch, breaking ball, and Nolan paints the outside with it, jumps ahead 0-1. Now the Revs, who really have not had a threat since the second inning, but in the second had a big threat and couldn't add on. They have a chance here. There's the 0-1, curveball, and he hits the same spot. Strike 2 called. He backdoors 2 in a row. Coronado 1 for 2 on the day. Infield in, a hit could mean 2 runs. Pitch, he swings, bounces it softly towards short, and an off-balance throw from Nolan gets the job done. And Nash could not try it on that play. The ball was almost in front of him in the infield. Nolan on the follow-through went all the way over halfway toward third in front of his shortstop Moreno. Grabbed the ball and made the off-balance throw. That was a bit of a dangerous play for a pitcher, but he gets it done. And it's now second and third with 2 outs. Coronado, for all the hits, still looking for his first RBI. Infield back now. Here's Henry Castillo, who dances away a pitch in near his shins. As Nolan yanked that one inside. Castillo 1 for 2, an RBI double in the first. He has done away with the cape during his at-bats. I guess it's only in the field. The 1-0, breaking ball, and a very fooled swing. He goes around on it. Kind of double pumped halfway, but went the whole way around. Fisher was fooling nobody. Nolan has been fooling most hitters. The 1-1, breaking ball in the dirt this time. Castillo recognized it. Still a 4-0 lead, but all 4 runs came in the first. This is their second big runner in scoring position threat since then, and trying to capitalize on this one. Now look back, here's the 2-1, down and in. Justin Trapp waits on deck. And the other potential threat was last inning when Trapp led off reaching on an error but never made it past first, so weren't able to do anything with that leadoff base runner. Here's the stretch from Nolan. And the 3-1. It's over for a strike. Castillo took a step toward first, hoping. Looked like a 3-1 changeup. Nolan, the big lefty, ready again. 3-2, and a swing and a foul straight back. He slide-stepped him. And Castillo spoils the fastball. Back in the first inning, his RBI double was his second RBI of the season. Got a chance at more than that right here. Here's another 3-2. And a swing and a looping fly to right toward the line. Washington over and it lands fair. Down for a hit. Both runs will score and Castillo races to second with a stand-up double. 6-0 here in the top of the fifth. And Castillo, it was a bit of a floater, but it lands inside the line before Washington could stride over. And Castillo 2 for 3 on the day, 2 doubles, and he's driven in 3 on the afternoon. And a big clutch 2-out extra base hit to get those 2 runs home. Now 6-0. And here's Justin Trapp, who's 0 for 2. First pitch is taken high. That was a big hit to add to this lead. The Revs have struggled a bit with men in scoring position to start the year. Castillo now, 6 of his 7 hits have gone for extra bases, his 5th double. Pitch is a breaking ball, rolled foul by the Revs dugout. And that might put, and we'll see at the end of the day, Castillo might end the day leading the league in doubles now. He's filling in for Dent at short today, giving Dent his first day off. And he has come up big. Now the 1-1 to Trapp. Breaking ball hit deep down the line in left field. A line shot, but he's just out in front. And pulls it foul. Home run distance. That thing was a rocket. But down over the picnic tent at the end of the stands in left, it's 1-2. Trapp not the biggest guy. You'd look at him and figure that he's made for speed, but he's got some pop too. Now 1-2 count on him. Nolan with the pitch. Change up, strike 3 called. At the knees to end the inning. But the Revs add to the lead with 2 runs on 2 hits. Both doubles hit the other way. Dotel and then Castillo. And 1 man left. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's York 6, Long Island nothing.
Hey, Revs fans, as if being a season ticket holder wasn't already awesome enough, did you know that another perk of being a season ticket holder is you get a VIP restaurant card good for deals and discounts at 6 participating restaurants? The VIP restaurant card is good at these restaurants: Venice Pizza and Restaurant, 15% off order for dine-in or take-out. Revival Social Club, 1 free dessert per person per ticket per visit. Fuddruckers, 15% off total purchase. Viet Thai, 10% off your order. Friendlies, 20% off your order. And Iron Horse York, 10% off your entire meal on home game days and $5 off entrees on non-home game days. Lock in your 2019 Revs season ticket plan today. Call 717-801-HITS or visit YorkRevolution.com. Great baseball, great fun, and a VIP restaurant card? Now that's Revs time.
When you work with an independent insurance agent, you put the power of choice to work for you. Independent agents know several companies and their coverages, which means more options. And because companies like Donegal Insurance Group use the independent agent system, you not only get quality insurance, you also save money. The independent insurance agent system. Discover the power of choice. Contact Kochman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854-0300 or stop in at 3217 East Market Street, York. Locally owned and operated by Pam and Rudy Kochman. Kochman Kunkel Insurance.
The puck drops here. Catch the Bears and the Caps all season on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
6-0. We go to the bottom of the 5th, and we weren't ready for the base coaches yet. Come on, guys. Everybody else was ready. Pace of play. Troy Terzi was a step into his windup. Rando Moreno leads off. First pitch is a fastball in for a strike on the inner half. A 6-0 lead, 9-1-2 in the order. And the 0-1. Swing, and it's beaten foul, bouncing behind the plate. Over by Ray Fuentes on deck. Moreno hit into a fielder's choice his first time. And Terzi with several taps, kicks, fires, swing, and a miss. Struck him out. One down here in the bottom of the 5th inning. He did several taps. Might have fooled him with that timing. He had a little extra hitch on the stride to mess with the timing as well, perhaps. He spun to the follow-through, and he looked in at the Ducks dugout. I wonder if somebody had some words for him. Ooh. Here's Ray Fuentes at the top of the order. First pitch, backdoor slider. That's a called strike. Terzi now with 6 strikeouts on the afternoon. Now takes a deep breath. Here's the wind, several taps. He's back to that routine, and a swing and a miss on a slider to Fuentes. New Terzi has struck out both times today. And way out in front of him here. There's the wind, several taps, double leg kick, and a swing and a miss! Got him again for the 3rd time on the day. He strikes out the Ducks' leadoff hitter. And he's really starting to feel it, and he is embracing it. 2 down here in the 5th. He's got 7 strikeouts. He had about 7 or 8 taps, double leg kick, and a changeup gets Fuentes swinging. Here's Lombardozzi, and Terzi misses high with a fastball. Well, he's getting weird again. Now the wind, slow taps, about 9 or 10, and a backdoor slider. He gets squeezed and misses to make it 2-0. The previous pitch, by the way, he did a very slow leg lift and paused. Now fires normally and misses a little bit high. Falls behind Lombardozzi 3-0. I'm back with the next one, and it's right down the middle. Lombardozzi, a single and a strikeout. 1 for 2. 3-1 count. And Terzi, the lift, the pitch, swing and a fly ball the other way, foul down the left field side. And down at the end of the seats, 3-2. Trying to come back to get him. Goes to the rosin bag. A little fidgety. Brings the jersey up to his mouth, stretches out the arms, back at the spike cleaner once more, and now ready to go. Looks in to Tejeda for the sign. The kick, the payoff pitch. Just inside, he squats down, looking for that one, and DeJesus wouldn't give it. He had struck out 3 hitters in a row. He was trying to strike out the side this inning. And instead, it's a 2-out walk on a close pitch inside. It is the 4th walk. And now he's got to deal with David Washington, who's 1 for 2 with a double and a ground out. Revs a 6-0 lead here in the bottom of the 5th. And the pitch from Terzi, it's down and away, just missed. Again, the outfield plays Washington the other way. The infield has him lined up to pull it. Big left-hand hitter, the 1-0. Backdoor slider, that just missed. And he's had 3 in a row that have been close, but no dice. Now the 2-0. Swing, and he fouls it against the netting. Nash holds the runner at first. Here's the 2-1. Check swing, called strike anyway. Right on the outside part of the plate, 2-2. As Terzi tries to send it to the 6th. Sign down from Tejeda. And Terzi set. Here's the 2-2. Just missed low. And he goes full. Runner will have a head start from first. Terzi trying to get this final out of the 5th inning. Nash will back up with the left-hand hitter batting and get in better position for a ground ball. Here's the payoff pitch. Runner goes, swinging a foul off to the third base side up toward the suites, and it bounces down behind the Revs dugout. Starting to look a little soppy at the back edges of the infield dirt. We've been playing in light drizzle or mist last few innings. Terzi will try it again. He is set with it. And another payoff pitch. Swing and a miss! He struck him out! Spins to the finish at the front of the mound. He strikes out the side in the 5th inning. It was a slider to whiff Washington, and Terzi has struck out 8 through 5 shutout innings of 2-hit ball. No runs, no hits, and 1 man left. And we'll go to the 6th with the Revs on top 6-0.
As you clean it out, keep in mind Community Aid's looking for your lucky leftovers. After you wrap up your yard sale, donate what's left over at your closest Community Aid Drive-Up Donation Center. They're attached to each of Community Aid's incredible thrift stores in our area. Hanover, Harrisburg, Lancaster, Mechanicsburg, and Selinsgrove. Community Aid wants your lucky leftovers to help more than 750 local charities. Learn more at communityaid.net. But don't forget, give your lucky leftovers to Community Aid. Neighbors helping neighbors.
Are you on your way to work right now? Trudging along and heading to the same job you're just not too enthused about any longer? Hearing this ad might just mean it's your lucky day. Give your career a reboot with the York Post Office. The York Post Office is now hiring rural mail carriers. Work in a fast-paced, dynamic environment. Hiring for non-career positions with career eligibility. Starting at $17.78 per hour with all eligible for health benefits. Suitable vehicle for delivery is required on some routes. Get your foot in the door on a new career today. Apply online at USPS.com.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
Downtown's ready. Are you? The Revs play here. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, York.
Troy Terzi has baffled the Long Island Ducks all day. And we go to the 6th inning. 6-0, the Revs lead it. Enormous right-hander Cam Mikolayo will take over. He's 6'9", 250. And he's the 4th pitcher used by the Ducks after the starter Fisher went an inning and a third. Top of the order for York. Between innings, Ducks GM Mike Pfaff was down in the field talking with plate on Fred DeJesus, giving him a weather update. JP Sportman to lead off. He's 0 for 3 today with 2 hard-hit outs in the outfield. Well, now it says on the old app, rain starting at 7. And it's 7:04. Pitch to Sportman is high. And yes, that is in central islip. I did remember to take it off of the York setting. But we have an official game, so Here's the 1-0. Swing and a line drive to left field. That's in for a hit for Sportman. Played on a hop by Fields. All you can do is keep hitting line drives, and this one falls. He's 1 for 4 with 3 hard hit balls on the day. And the leadoff man aboard. Here's Alexi. Right now it says 52 degrees, feels like 47. Our weather brought to you by Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. Casilla 2 for 3. He opened the scoring with a first inning homer, his 8th with York. First this season. Now bats left. First pitch is hit in the air, left center field. This is hit well. Fuentes from center chasing, not going to get to it. Splits the gap and bounces to the wall. Sportman around third. He's going to score. And Alexi Casilla, an RBI double to left center. He's a triple away from the cycle today. And it's 7-0 here in the 6th. Those two at the top as this offense heats up. They're going to be a problem for the league. And Alexi having a huge day. He has hit it hard all 4 times, and he's 3 for 4. And here's Melky Mesa. He's 2 for 3 with a double and a run himself. Mikolayo with the pitch. Breaking ball and a towering shot, but way foul. Way deep and left. But headed in the direction of our bus. Where we have several hours to spend together in front of us coming up. Here's the stretch. And the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Healthy hack at a fastball. The Revs are now out hitting the Ducks 13-2. What a great Cinco de Mayo so far. Here's the 0-2. That's down low. Mikolayo looking back at his landing. He's been in the majors for 29 appearances in his career. The Orioles all the way back in 2008, 9, and 10. And then the Diamondbacks for part of the following year. 1-2, and it's beaten foul down against Melky's foot. Boy, that'll feel great on a day like this. And he'll walk that one off. Third outing for Mikolayo, who's gone 2 scoreless thus far on the year. And he's spent a bunch of time overseas, parts of 5 years in Japan, where he had 73 saves and a 2.42 ERA in Japan. He deals, swing and a tapper softly along the line at third. It's starting to roll back. They let it go, and it hits the third base bag fair. And Melky starts to go towards second. Lombardozzi realizes he needs to go cover. He had gone over to back up first on a throw. And the third baseman, DeJesus, knew he had no play, so he let it roll. He backed up. And Alexi, who had taken off on contact, was standing on third, waiting for the ball to arrive, and it hit the front of the bag right in front of him. Now it's an infield hit. Mesa is 3 for 4. And the Revs have hit number 14. That one went exactly 90 feet. Here's Talvin, and he swings and fouls the first one back upstairs. First and third, 3 straight hits to start the inning. There are still no outs. And the Revs with a 7-0 lead and primed for more. Nash a line out to right field, and then 2 walks and a run scored. The 0-1, that's low. Mikolayo does not look comfortable with the landing, and obviously at 6'9", he's got, you would assume, a longer stride than everybody else. I think Sanchez, the catcher, having a little trouble with, I don't know if it's gear or if he is a little banged up, but plate ump gave him some time. Nash took the time to adjust his leg armor. Now ready, here's the 1-1. Fastball on the outside corner for a called strike. Revs trying to win 2 out of 3 here. If they do it, they will have won back-to-back series, 4 out of 6 games, 3 of the last 4. Steadying themselves after the rough first weekend. Pitch, it is lined hard, left field. Fields going back, it's over his head. He slips and falls on his rear. And a one hops the wall. Alexi scores, Mason to third, and Nash will cruise into second with an RBI double, 8-0. And Fields slipped and went down on the edge of the track. The ball was already over his head. It didn't affect the result. It would have been an RBI double anyway. He got up and made the throw in. But Nash with a shot over the head of the left fielder that one hops the wall. And the Revs have opened the 6th inning with 4 straight hits. 15 for the game. And each of the first 8 in the batting order now have at least one. Nash drives in his 5th run of the year. The Ducks down 8-0 will bring the infield up. On Tejeda. First pitch is low. And it's 2nd and 3rd with no outs. Though a base hit could bring home another 2. 8-0. I'm going to change my tone. I'm glad we played this game. Here's the 1-0. That's low. And it's called a strike anyway. I guess we're getting cold back there, and Tejeda took a walk away to process it. DeJesus motions him to get back in the box. Fifth RBI of the year for Nash. Tejeda 1 for 3 today. Here's the pitch. Swing and a line drive, but foul down the line and left as he hits a laser that bounces out of the picnic area down the line. 1 ball and 2 strikes. He has hit it hard twice and has 1 hit in the 3 at-bats. 1 run scored as well. What a performance through the first half of this game. Pitch way high, he lays off. And they continue to have good at-bats. Tejeda doesn't budge there. Sometimes pitchers are able to get him up high, but you recognize that one. Now set at the belt. The 2-2. Oh, look out. That was in near the hands and up high. But it was off speed. Looked like a changeup that slipped. Out of the hand. Looked like it was headed right up by his dome. But he safely took it. A full count. And the pitch. Down and away. And Tejeda walks. Fires the bat away. And the bases are loaded with nobody out. And that'll bring up Dotel, who's had a huge game. 3 for 3 with a double, 2 ribbies, and 2 runs. And they are loaded with none out. 8-0 the lead. Mikolayo going to the spike cleaner. I hear Dotel popping the tongue as he stands in. First pitch, breaking ball, and it's a called strike. Best pitch from Mikolayo so far. Starts Dotel off with it, 0-1. Sugarland came back to win game 2, 5-3 at High Point, so they win both in that doubleheader. Our York Mitsubishi out-of-town board. The 0-1, and a ground ball to third. DeJesus backhands, throws to second, and they'll hold it there. They only get one. It's an RBI fielder's choice, and Mesa home to step on the plate, 9-0. And Dotel drives in his third of the day. First time he's been retired. And Melky Mesa, his second run scored today. It's the 600th run scored of his career. 2 in the majors, 598 in the minors. First and third now, with one out, and here is Coronado. First pitch, swung on, foul to the screen, had a nice cut on it. So congrats to Melky, and 2 more, he will have 600 in the minors alone. Runs scored, that is. Here's the 0-1. Swinging a bounce foul down to Polo at third base. He's got the gloves on, the mask over his face. That's a chilly Polo down at third. Oh, 0-2. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball popped up. And it's DeJesus at third coming toward the bag. Nash stands on the bag, ducks, and DeJesus almost dropped it. Hustling down the line from third, and they say it was in foul territory that he caught it just about right on the line. A little juggle inside the pocket of the glove, but he hangs on. I think the wind is in from left more than anything because he had to pick up his pace at the end and come down the line a bit quicker. Now Coronado now 1 for 4, and here is the 8th hitter of this inning. Henry Castillo, who's 2 for 3 with 2 doubles, and he's driven in 3. Bats from the left now. First pitch, swung on and missed. The Revs batted around for the first time this season in the first inning with a season-best 4-run inning. And after being goose-egged in the next 3, they've put up 2 in the 5th and now 3 in the 6th. The 0-1, and a swing and a high fly right field. Washington has to back up, steadies himself, comes back in, and makes the play. Castillo didn't quite get all of it and flies out to medium deep right. I don't know if Washington slipped slightly or not, but he made the play. Revs score 3 in the inning on 4 more hits, 2 men left. Now we go to the bottom half of the 6th. It is now 9-0 York.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Planning your next visit to York? Book your stay at Courtyard by Marriott. Conveniently situated near local businesses, shopping, dining, downtown, and local attractions, Courtyard by Marriott features a state-of-the-art lobby, inviting flexible spaces to work or relax, free Wi-Fi, our well-equipped fitness center, and the bistro offering healthy options and refreshing choices, including Starbucks and an evening bar. Your stay is sure to be more comfortable, productive, and enjoyable than ever before. Courtyard by Marriott, 2799 Concord Road in York. Book your stay at 7
717-840-7840.
Hi, this is Hall of Famer Carlton Fisk. Make your plans today to visit Cooperstown and the Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum. Reconnect with your memories of the game and make new memories with your family. Check out baseballhall.org today for more information.
Carlton Fisk had a lot of little boy in him right there, Joe.
The National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum, preserving history, honoring excellence, and connecting generations.
New FM signal, new website. Get features, live broadcasts, and on-demand game broadcasts and shows online at 989WOYK.com.
Oh, what a job by Troy Tersey today. He baffled the Ducks through 5. He'll give way to Jonathan DeMarty. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts, 9-0 York. Tersey 5 scoreless, 2 hits, both in the first inning. Didn't allow a hit after that. Walked 4, struck out 8, including each of his final 4 outs. Mike Olt is up first. DeMarty's first pitch, fastball, a little high. DeMarty came in Friday night, got a big out, 1 batter faced to end the 6th in strand 2, and it was Mike Olt who retired on a ground ball. The 1-0, that is just inside. DeMarty is appearing in his 4th outing of the year. A rough first one against the Ducks, but has settled down since. The 2-0, swing and a miss. Olt went 3/4 of the way. And again, he looks a bit lost at the plate. Fastball to get DeMarty back in the count here. Now ready. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a pop foul, straight back. He got in and jammed him. DeMarty's last 2 outings, an inning and a third scoreless. The 2-2. Swinging a line drive at second, out of the reach of Alexi, diving to his left, and Mike Olt with a much-needed base hit for himself. Casilla almost plucked that one, laying out. Leadoff man on. DeMarty charged with 5 runs in his first outing, but bounced back with a 1-2-3 inning earlier in the week at home against New Britain, and then the 1 batter retired here on Friday night. Here's Hector Sanchez, who's flied to left and grounded to second. DeMarty with the pitch, and off speed, missed a little high. Didn't miss by much. 9 runs, 15 hits, no errors for York. 0-3-1 for Long Island. Now the 1-0. And there's a fastball strike at the bottom of the zone. Getting darker here, approaching nightfall. Dark gray, and looking up at the lights in left and right, you can see downward steady rain now as opposed to the sideways mist. Pitch here, a swing and a miss. Change up, and it unraveled as Sanchez swung at it. He spits out some of his dip. And it's now 1-2. DeMarty ready. And he fires. Swinging a foul back and out of play. DeMarty's an unbelievably interesting case. He, at one point in high school, he was a 2-time New York State Player of the Year. And went to University of Richmond, but he was there for 6 years because he had like 4 arm injuries. Not the forearm, the number 4. Here's a swing and a high fly toward the corner and left. Trap heading over, and his bullpen hollering at him, no, 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 it's out of play. As it hits that picnic canopy, bounces away. But DeMarty, his last couple of years in college, he started the season in the infield because he wasn't ready to come back and pitch yet, but most definitely a case of sticking to it. He fires, and it's down and in, 2-2. He'll get to pitch for Team Israel later this summer, the qualifiers for the Olympics. Here's the 2-2, down and in, scooped by Tejeda, who fought to get over to his right. It'll be a full count. And DeMarty had 5 surgeries in college, 4 for the arm and 1 for a double hernia. Here's the payoff pitch. Runner goes from first and a swing at a high fly ball in right center. Sportman and Dotel both a long way to go, and Wellington gets there and makes the grab. 1 down here in the 6th inning. And I don't know if it's just the hitters or in general in this series, but Dotel has generally liked to play lefties to pulls. Sportman has liked to play them the other way. And Sanchez fortunately hit it high because it came down right between the two in a wide open right center, but Dotel at full stride made the running grab on a wet ball. And that is out number 1. Here's DeJesus, who has walked twice. Revs a 9-0 lead here in the 6th. Rain coming down. First pitch, swinging, it's fouled away. Up onto the concourse first base side. Now the stretch. And the 0-1. That's in the dirt, picked by Tejeda. DeMarty, during his final year at Richmond, played DH and third. Opening day starter at third for the Richmond Spiders in 2016 and 17. 1-1, breaking ball, bends away. Got his degree in communications, a minor in education and society, and a master's in human resource management. He's very bright. Here's a swing and a soft liner, shallow right center that's going to drop. Dotel over to grab it. And DeJesus singles the other way. Olt up to second. And it's first and second with 1 out. DeMarty began his pro career in the Frontier League 2 years ago and certainly held his own. And then last year he was really good in that league. Ended up closing games for the Normal Corn Belters. And then signed with York late in the year. Here's L.J. Mazzilli, who's 0 for 2. And the first pitch, fastball, a little low. He is grounded into a fielder's choice at short and lined out to left in his Ducks debut. DeMarty the stretch, the pitch. Fastball, it's a called strike, outside corner. DeMarty has a superstition that I could certainly get behind. The superstition is eating ice cream every night, he tells us. Here's a fastball right on the outside, black again. And he's on top 0-2, or 1-2, excuse me. I like his ways. Now has his sign. Here's the stretch and the pitch. And it breaks down and away. Tejeda, though, pointing back to him as if to say that was a good one. Just didn't get Mazzilli to offer at it. Now 2-2. Nasty conditions. I know the lights always make it look worse than it is, but rain continues to pelt. The 2-2. Swung on, fouled in the air, and off to the right. You never know how long this game might last today, how heavy the rain might get. I believe we're on the edge of a long band moving in, and best thing the Revs could do today was get on top early. Now another 2-2, and a check on a high fastball, appeal to first, no go. Mazzilli works it full. 2 men on with 1 out. The big thing here, you just got to avoid the big inning and not let them get any hope. And by the way, it says it's going to be raining until after midnight here. A stretch. And the payoff pitch. Swinging a line drive to center. Sportman backs up a couple steps, waits, and he's there to put it away. In left center field for out number 2. Now 2 down, and Daniel Fields to the plate. As DeMarty tries to send this game to the 7th. Now 52 degrees, feels like 47, and it feels like rain. Thanks, Emil. Got dinner brought to the booth by our great visiting clubby here on the island, Emil. Looks like the rain has picked up even more. Pitch to Fields, breaking ball. It's over for a called strike. I guess he didn't want my dinner order to get cold. Very nice of him. Fields a walk and a strikeout tonight. DeMarty the 0-1. That's down and in. Tejeda reaching. DeMarty a little bit all around the strike zone this inning, and not an easy time pitching today. He's at 25 pitches. By the way, Terzi's count through 5 was 93 pitches, 57 strikes. On the stretch. A look back as Castillo snuck behind the runner at second. Pitch is hit high in the air and left. Trapp will measure it, moving over toward the line. Looking up into the rain, and he secures it as the wind brought it down. An extra step in front of where he thought, but he hangs on with the one-hand grab, and DeMarty with a scoreless 6th. No runs, 2 hits, and 2 left. To the 7th we go. It's the Revs 9 and the Ducks nothing.
We went to other stores and compared theirs to ours. We compared quantities, we compared quality. From cereal to celery, from sushi to salad. And while many things were similar, there was only one huge difference. The lowest price is at Wise Markets. So take our word and shop around without shopping around. Look for our new price comparison tags. You can buy groceries anywhere you like, but you'll always spend less at Wise.
Eat better, spend less, that's Wise.
Business owners, First Capital Federal Credit Union can help equip your business for success. Hello, I'm Sue DiStefano, President and CEO. Now through June 30th, we're offering you an annual percentage rate as low as 4.65% on equipment loans. When it comes to growing your business, we're with you every step of the way. Don't wait. Apply today at firstcapitalfcu.com. First Capital, putting you and your county first for 65 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
First Capital Federal Credit Union.
Planting a tree? Putting in a mailbox? Whatever your project, Columbia Gas reminds you to be safe and call 811 before you dig and know what's below. Safe digging is no accident. Call 811 at least 3 business days before you start your digging project, and your utility companies will come out to mark any underground lines near your work area. Calling 811 is free for Pennsylvania homeowners, and it's the law. For more information, visit ColumbiaGasPA.com.
Cannonball Charlie's ready. Are you? The Revs play here. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, York.
Whoops, guess we're back. Revs lead at 9-0 as we go to the 7th here tonight. And the rain picking up in intensity, I think. I know the lights illuminate the raindrops, but just constant coming down and the sideways blowing of the rain. It is just not nice at all. Mike Pfaff, the Ducks GM, was chatting with the umpiring crew again. Between innings, the grounds crew brought fresh dirt to home plate and the mound, raked it about. And the Ducks will go to left-hander Alex Katz here in the 7th inning. Pitched a 1-2-3 9th last night. Back-to-back days for him. I wonder if we'll get all 9 in, but nobody knows at this point. Feel that cold air as some of that wind comes through our window. Justin Trapp will lead things off. I'm going to go ahead and say this is some of the worst conditions that the Revs have ever played in. I remember a game early in... I don't even know what year. I think 2014 we played Lancaster at home, and it was in the 40s and missed. As Katz goes to the stick to try to pry the mud loose from his cleats. The spring training game in Lancaster last year comes to mind when it was in the low 40s. But you got to get the work in. Katz working on both cleats and now ready to go. Trapp will lead things off. 0 for 3 today, the only starter without a hit. Revs out hitting the Ducks 15-4. And Katz from the stretch. First pitch is right down the middle for a strike. Now the 0-1. And a breaking ball down and away. Katz in 2 outings has totaled 3 scoreless innings, all against York. 2 hits, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. Nightfall setting in here on the island. And the 1-1, swinging a foul back, out of play. It's the only game still going in the league. Sugarland and High Point finished their doubleheaders. Skeeters winning both. And the other 2 games, rainouts. 1 to the north and 1 to the south. Somerset at New Britain and Lancaster at Southern Maryland. There's the 1-2, breaking ball away. Orioles were rained out at home. Phillies did get their game in at home. Yankees, who pushed their start time back, as did we. They got their game in. Now Katz will step off, rub down the ball. Now the 2-2. And a slider dives down and away. Again, looking at those lights, it is just straight rainfall. Awful. Now we have it really easy up here. Can't begin to understand how tough it is out there right now. The 3-2 swung on, popped in the air, foul. Olt from first will give it a look. Coming up toward the stands, and it lands just over against the ramp at the end of the Ducks dugout. So Trapp stays alive. And there's always the debate on days like this, who's it tougher for, the pitchers or the hitters? It's tough on everybody. Cat's ready. And another 3-2. Swinging a ground ball deep short. Moreno over to backhand. Tries to get his footing. Fires it. And just in time to nip Trapp. It was hustling down the line looking for a hit. Nice play from Moreno. And I was about to say, it's tough on the fielders as well. Trying to get their footing. And DeJesus heads out to the mound and calls for the tarp. So that's it. And we're probably done for the night, but we have to wait 30 minutes. And I don't know if one of the players said something about the difficulty or if DeJesus noticed something with his own eyes. I thought at first he was calling for more dirt at the mound, but right now he and his crew, he's pointing at an area along the third base line. But he called for the entire tarp. So a rain delay, our first of the year. It's already an improvement over last season. And I'd be shocked, given the forecast and also given the score, if they attempt to resume this one tonight, but we have to wait 30 minutes. So a 9-0 lead for the Revs, a rain delay with one out in the 7th inning. I think they can overrule it and call it, but I'm not sure if they did that or not. Mike Pfaff, Fred DeJesus, Mark Mason were all down at the end of the Revs dugout discussing. DeJesus is coming back over toward the Ducks side, and the umpire's room is up the tunnel from the visiting clubhouse, so I'm going to hold it right here and see if he makes any signal that would be it. I would imagine they'd wait the 30 minutes that they always do, but today's a little bit different circumstance. The weather's just awful. And so is the score for the home team. The Revs are personally happy that we played this game because it has gone about as well as it possibly could have. Big performances across the board, and great job by the Ducks grounds crew as already they have the entire infield covered, the tarp pulled across. A great performance from Terzi and a big-time afternoon or evening from the entire offense today. 9 runs on 15 hits. Held the Ducks to 4 hits. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll recap how this has happened. We'll check some scores. And if we're here for the 30 minutes, we'll air some of our interviews from this weekend. If you missed them on pre-games, it is a 30-minute wait usually before they deem the game to be complete. My thinking is, I wonder if they told the Revs, yeah, we're not going to be able to go ahead and shower. And if that's the case, I don't want to be here for 30 minutes and get left behind. That's what I'm thinking. So we'll try to get some inside information. But the Revs lead at 9-0. It's a rain delay here in the top of the 7th inning. We'll be back in just a moment.
Home of the judgment-free zone, Planet Fitness is your home away from home plate this baseball season with 2 convenient locations in York. Planet Fitness offers a clean, comfortable environment, tons of cardio and strength equipment, free fitness training to all members, and extended hours for those early risers or late-night treadmill triumphanters. And best of all, you get all this for just $10 a month. Join in club or online at planetfitness.com.
Facing a legal issue can be a frightening time. What's my course of action? How do I know who to call? Fortunately, the York County Bar Association makes it easy. Now, you only need to make one call to find the right lawyer for you. Call the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right lawyer with our Attorney Connection Lawyer Referral Service. Just call 854-8755 or visit yorkbar.com. Don't hesitate in getting the help you need. Contact the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right attorney at the right time.
You trust AAA to work at every mile. But AAA doesn't just cover your car. They can also cover your home. AAA Home Insurance protects every square foot. And when you add AAA Home Insurance to AAA Auto Insurance, you get more protection and more savings. Insurance that's not just insurance. Talk to your local AAA insurance agent today or visit AAA.com to learn more about AAA Home Insurance.
Take us on the go with the new WOYK app. Download on the Apple and Google Play stores today. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Our first rain delay of the season. If you, I guess we look at the pushback start time from earlier as just a changed start time, but not an actual delay. So this is our first delay of the season. 9-0, the Revs leading it in the 7th inning. I'm hearing from the Revs clubhouse that waiting the 30 minutes is just formality, but I think everybody expects that this thing will be finished in 30 minutes, or actually less than that now. So we'll go ahead and recap things so that when they do blow the horn on it, we have already done that portion. Not going to say they've won yet because I don't want to jinx anything, but we'll recap how they've gotten to this point, leading at 9-0. And they started off in the first inning today by being fooled by absolutely nothing that Jake Fisher threw up there. And in the first inning, the first 8 hitters hit the ball hard. And the Revs batted around, scoring 4 times on 6 hits. And Alexi Casilla got the scoring started with a home run to left field, the 8th of his Revs career, first this season. Malky Mesa then singled. And with 2 outs, the bulk of the damage was done. Tejeda singled to keep the inning alive. Wellington Dotel, a 2-run single to left center. Nate Coronado kept it alive with a base hit. And that allowed Henry Castillo to pick up an RBI on a double to right. By the way, even since the tarp has been brought onto the field, the rain is even heavier than it was just 5 minutes ago. But the Revs with a 4-0 lead at that point, and thought that the early part of the game would be really important for Troy Terzi today. And he struck out Ray Fuentes to begin things, but then a single and a double gave the Ducks a chance to cut into the Revs' lead that they had just built. But Terzi struck out Mike Olt and retired Hector Sanchez on a fly ball to left. And we were off and running with a 4-0 lead. The Revs threatened in the second inning, loading the bases against Fisher and knocking him out of the game. Casilla singled, Mesa doubled, and Nash walked, all with 1 out to load the bases. But Fisher was pulled for Jose Quas, who came in and retired Tejeda on a double play to keep it 4-0 at the time. Terzi then in the bottom of the second worked around 2 walks. And again, the Revs leading 4-0 through 2. Long Island went to lefty Sean Nolan, who had a scoreless 3rd and 4th inning. And meanwhile, Terzi was really settling in. He had a 1-2-3 third and worked around a 1-out walk, allowing nothing else in the 4th. So that sent the game to the 5th inning. And the Revs would do some damage against Nolan before it was all done. Talbot Nash, a leadoff walk. Then with one out, Dotel doubled off the wall and right down the line. And with runners at second and third, Nolan got a ground ball with the infield in. But then with two outs, Henry Castillo, a two-run double to right. And that made it 6-0. And Terzi, with that lead, put the final stamp on his afternoon. In the bottom of the fifth inning, striking out the side. He issued a two-out walk to Lombardozzi, but came back to strike out Washington. And he was really feeling it, and you could see that the way he was dancing around the front of the mound. I think the Ducks dugout might have been having some things to say to him, but who cares? I don't think he cared. And he finished with 5 scoreless on 2 hits, none after the first inning. He walked 4 and struck out a career-high 8. And if this game is finished, he will have his second career win. Should have been 3, but we lost a lead with 2 outs in the 5th inning last year on a day like this, although it was a bit warmer, but rain eventually wiped one out where he would have had a win against Lancaster last year. But he was excellent today. And then in the 6th inning, the Revs with the final stamp offensively began the inning with 4 straight hits. Sportman singled, Casilla an RBI double on a 3-for-4 day, Mesa an infield hit on a 3-for-4 day, Talbot Nash an RBI double, and then Tejeda walked and Dotel brought Mesa home with a fielder's choice to make it 9-0. Dotel a 3-for-4 day with a double and 3 driven in. Castillo a 2-for-4 day with 2 doubles and 3 driven in. Those were your top performers offensively. And in the bottom of the 6th inning, Jonathan DeMarty working past a couple of singles for a scoreless frame. And that took us to the 7th. And Alex Katz retiring the first hitter trap on a ground out, but whether it was something that the players on the field said about the conditions or something that DeJesus, the plate ump, and crew chief just saw himself, it was right after that play that he called for the tarp, and here we are, probably 10 minutes into this delay. And the Revs with a 9-0 lead and maybe just about 20 minutes away from heading home at 4-5. If this win becomes final, and when it does, the Revs will have won back-to-back series. They will have won their first road series of the year, doing so against the team with the league's best record. Back-to-back rubber match wins, and 4 out of 6 overall, and 3 of their last 4 steadying themselves after that rocky opening weekend. Tomorrow, Somerset comes in. They've won 4 straight. They're 6-2. And I heard that they were going from New Britain all the way to York tonight, not stopping in New Jersey. So they will be awaiting our arrival back home. And tomorrow night, 6:30, Ross Detweiler against Rick Teasley in a great matchup of lefties. And we'll be on at 6:30 right after the Baltimore Baseball Show, just in time for first pitch. It is a hunger-free Monday presented by United Fiber and Data to benefit the York County Food Bank. And tickets are on sale at YorkRevolution.com, 717-801-HITS, and at the Revs ticket office. And we'll look at the whole homestand here quickly. Tuesday is a WellSpan Sports Medicine Silver Slugger Tuesday. Mitch Atkins makes his season debut that night against Thomas Dormany. And then on Wednesday, Kids Eat Free Wednesday, presented by People's Bank, and it's Northeastern School District Night, presented by Harrisburg University. That night, it's Matthew Grimes against Logan Darnell. On Thursday, the High Point Rockers come in for the first time, first of 4. Boomers Book Club, presented by Harrisburg University on Thursday night. Friday is Central York School District Night, presented by Harrisburg University. And York County Literacy Council Buck-a-Book Night. Saturday, post-game fireworks presented by AAA Southern Pennsylvania. Star Wars Night, brought to you by PA Virtual Charter School. Star Wars Book Giveaway, and York County Literacy Council Buck-a-Book Night. And then Sunday at 1 o'clock, before the Revs break to go to Sugar Land for a week, it'll be Sunday Family Fun Day presented by Wise Markets, featuring pregame autographs, catch in the field, and postgame Kids Run the Bases. Also, as it is on every Sunday, Bark in the Park presented by East York Veterinary Center. And Expectant Mother's Day presented by UPMC. I paused to listen to the PA announcement here, and they simply said that they're continuing to monitor the weather. Okay. Now the rule is you do have to wait 30 minutes, and you know us, we do play by the rules. It is a 9-0 Revs lead here in the 7th inning. 9 runs, 15 hits, no errors for York, 0-4-1 for Long Island. We will take a break during the delay. We'll check scores from elsewhere when we come back, and if we're still waiting, we'll have some of the pregame interviews that we aired the previous 2 nights. In case you missed those, we had Ian Thomas and Jay Miller on this week. And now Mike Pfaff, Fred DeJesus, and representatives from both teams, Mark Mason and Ducks pitching coach Ed Lynch, coming out to discuss by home plate. And Fred DeJesus waves it off and says that's it. So it's a final, and the Revs win it today by a final score of 9-0. And what a performance this was. Nobody really wanted to play today, but we talked with Mace pregame. Give his team a lot of credit. They came out very, very ready to play here today, and they took it to the Ducks right from the start. It was a butt-whooping here this afternoon on the island. 9-0 the final score. We'll take our final break, and we will check the out-of-town scores and put the wraps on this one for you when we come back.
Everything you've worked for may be facing a hostile takeover, but step outside the boardroom and look around. Not taking care of business right now could leave you dealing with a hostile takeover by crabgrass later this summer. And broadleaf weeds are just beneath the surface, ready to take their share of your turf too. Prevent hostile takeovers. Call Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care and give your lawn a good, healthy start this year. Heritage Lawn can apply crabgrass pre-emergent and quality fertilizer now to fortify your lawn for later. HeritageLawnandLandscape.com. World-class care right in your backyard.
The Dietz and Blewett Diamond Deck at Peoples Bank Park is sponsored by Dietz and Blewett Insurance Company. Dietz and Blewett Insurance Company has been serving the York and Central PA areas for more than 10 years. Visit their new location on 2000 South Queen Street, where you'll find friendly, courteous staff who put their clients first. Google them on the web for a free quote. At Dietz and Blewett Insurance, you'll find the best rates on home, auto, health, life, and business insurance.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called Peoples Bank Park. Peoples Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at Peoples Bank Park. Peoples Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Catch the Revs all season on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Wrapping things up here on this trip to the Duck Pond as the Revs win it. Game called with 1 out in the top of the 7th inning, and it is a 9-0 final. Season high 9 runs and 15 hits for the Revs in this one. And on the pitching side, Terzi was outstanding, his 2nd career win. On our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard, Sugar Land swept a doubleheader at High Point, winning 8-4, and then a comeback in Game 2, 5-3. The other games today, Somerset at New Britain rained out, Lancaster at Southern Maryland rained out. So your standings now in the Freedom Sugarland is 6-5. The Revs and Barnstormers both 4-5. And a game back in the standings. Southern Maryland is 3-6. On the Liberty side, Long Island 7-3. And in a virtual tie for first with Somerset at 6-2. Patriots come to town tomorrow, having won 4 straight. High Point falls to 5-5, and New Britain is 2-6. I'll get you some major league scores here as well before we wrap up our coverage. And we can tell you the Orioles were rained out at, you know what, I don't know if the internet is going to allow us to do this major league scoreboard, but the Orioles were rained out at home against Tampa Bay. We can tell you that. All right, I guess we will be able to pull this off. The Yankees, who moved their game back, I said they had gotten that game in. Not so fast. They're in the late innings, but it's in a rain delay in the Bronx. They lead the Twins 4-1. Cubs lead the Cardinals 1-0. Sunday Night Baseball already underway. That's in the third at Wrigley. Tigers beat the Royals on a walk-off 3-run homer by Brandon Dixon in the 10th inning, 5-2. Mariners a 10-0 win in Cleveland against the Indians. Eric Swanson, rookie for the Mariners, took a no-hitter into the 6th to earn his first win. Braves in 10 win 3-1 in Miami. It was a sweep for the Braves as they get that extra inning win. Starling Marte hit a walk-off 3-run homer down a run in the bottom of the 13th as the Pirates beat the A's 5-3. Phillies over the Nationals 7-1. Zach Eflin, 7 strong innings for the win. He's 4-3. Red Sox a 9-2 win against the White Sox in Chicago. Xander Bogaerts hit a grand slam in a 7-run 8th inning for Boston. Brewers got Christian Yelich back today. He hit a home run as Milwaukee beat the Mets 3-2 at Miller Park. Rangers over the Blue Jays 10-2 in Texas. The Rockies defeated the Diamondbacks. That was an 8-7 final at Coors Field. Astros a grand slam from Alex Bregman, and they beat the Angels 10-4 in a series played in Mexico. Justin Verlander the win, improving to 5-1. Padres over the Dodgers 8-5. It was a pinch hit, walk-off grand slam for Hunter Renfroe with 2 outs in the 9th off Kenley Jansen to win that game. There were some fantastic finishes in the majors today, and the Giants win in Cincinnati 6-5. And that game was won on a tie-breaking pinch hit homer in the 9th by Brandon Crawford. So there were some thrillers in the MLB today. And that is our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard. Once again, the final in our game, the Revs win at 9-0 with the game called with 1 out in the top of the 7th inning here at Long Island. So the Revs go 2-4 against the Ducks through the first 6 meetings. They'll see them again at the end of May, beginning of June. But for now, it's back home with an overall record of 4-5, having won 4 of the last 6. And the Revs will host the Patriots to kick off the 7-game homestand beginning tomorrow night. Your Kochman Kunkel Insurance Group player of the game in this one. Really the entire offense, but most definitely Troy Terzi with the career-high 8 strikeouts. Big performance for him, especially after his first 2 outings. And he is your Kochman Kunkel Insurance Group player of the game. Once again, tomorrow night we'll be on at 6:30, right after the Baltimore Baseball Show, and we hope you can join us then. Until then, Darrell Henry saying so long from cold, rainy Central Islip. Once again, your final score in a rain-shortened 7 innings, not even a completed 7 innings. It's the Revs 9 and the Ducks nothing. Thanks a lot for listening. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. We're back with you tomorrow night at 6:30, right here on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.
Thank you for listening to York Revolution Baseball on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. Catch the Revs all season on York's only place for local sports. Tune in 20 minutes before first pitch for a trip to the clubhouse with player interviews and the manager, Mark Mason, every game. Listen throughout the day for the Revs Report and check out 98.9 WOYK.com for highlights and features on York's pro team. York Revolution Baseball, all season on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports. Now we return to our regularly scheduled programming already in progress on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, York.
Hi, I'm Daryl Henry with today's Revs Report. The York Revolution got a big performance from the offense and Troy Terzi to win a rain-shortened game at Long Island 9-0, with the game called in the top of the 7th inning on Sunday afternoon. The Revs notch a second straight series win and have won 4 of their last 6 and 3 of their last 4 overall, returning home to kick off a 7-game homestand Monday night with the first of 3 against the Somerset Patriots. Our coverage begins at 6:30 after the Baltimore Baseball Show on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. That's today's Revs Report.